It's homecoming weekend in Northern Illinois. Everyone's pumped, and why not? Dave Doran's Huskies are streaking behind quarterback Jordan Lynch. 5 wins in a row, 18 straight at home. Today, NIU fans look for their team to keep those streaks alive and take another step to a second straight MAC championship. But a dangerous band of Buffalo Bulls awaits. Get ready for a dogfight in DeKalb next on Comcast Sportsnet. A rainy, windy day in DeKalb hasn't stopped the enthusiasm for the NIU fans. They're here to watch their Huskies take on the Buffalo Bulls. NIU football presented by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Hi, everybody, and welcome to DeKalb. Along with Bob Kamel, I'm Mike Lederman. You know, unless you're the coach of one of these teams, you're going to enjoy this whole thing. 2 teams with fabulous offenses, trick plays. They got it. You name it, it's all there. Starting with Jordan Lynch, the quarterback for NIU.
Well, Jordan Lynch, the successor to the, if you will, iconic Chandler Harnish, possesses the same talents that Chandler does. He has the ability to run the football, basically turns into a fullback when he gets past linebacker depth. Here we see him on an option play. Great read, takes the football, gets it upfield, again, possesses fine speed. And don't forget about this young man in the passing game. An intermediate route as he rolls to his right. And now, the basic 9 route, which is the streak, just enough air under the football. He is the total package.
Well, Lynch may be the total package, but it's the guys up front who make him go, and they're a special story too, Bob.
Well, Lynch goes as they go. The offensive line for the Huskies at the beginning of this year did not have one game start between them. The 5 of them have solidified their positions as one of the finest offensive lines in the entire Mid-American Conference. They play side by side. Didn't come into the season with a lot of experience, but my goodness, they looked experienced today.
Buffalo's exciting, too. Despite a 1-4 record, they've been in every game they've played, and they've got a pretty mobile quarterback, too, in Alex Zordich.
Alex Zordich is a big young guy, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 222 pounds. Has the great ability to throw the football and run with the football, but he can't be one-dimensional. And I'm talking about his passing game. He starts right now to have the opportunity to make reads, to get the football downfield, and then go to the running game.
Well, kickoff for NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet just about here. The passion for football and tailgating is about to pour into Husky Stadium. It's Northern Illinois and Buffalo coming up next.
Anderson Silva, Stephen Bonner. Order online at Xfinity.com/UFC.
Welcome back to DeKalb Husky Stadium. You see Victory Husky right there on the 50-yard line. Before the kickoff, let's get down to field level with our sideline reporter. Let's welcome Nicole Darren, where today's sideline reports are brought to you by Frontier Communications. Hi, Nicole.
Hey guys, you know the Huskies looking for their 6th straight win of the season, but they've got a couple of other streaks on the line today too. They've won their last 10 straight in conference games. They've also won their last 18 straight here at Huskies Stadium. I talked to head coach Dave Doran and asked him if he talked to his guys about the possibility of a letdown today. He said that when you look at this Buffalo tape, this is not a letdown game. He did say he talks to his team about the grind every week from week to week, and they're going to handle this game with the same mentality and the same grind as they always have this season. Guys?
All right, thanks, Nicole. Frontier Communications, the official telecommunications company of NU Athletics. There you look at Dave Doran, 2nd season as the Huskies head man, and what a start he's had. 16-4. Over on the other side, Jeff Quinn. Like Doran, he's paid his dues. His first head coaching job is 2nd year at Buffalo, and he is moving that program, he says, bit by bit. All right, set for the kickoff. We've got Buffalo, you can see in white. They will be kicking off. The Huskies in their home cardinal and black. The black with the cardinal trim. And deep in the end zone, it will be touchdown, touchback. And NIU with the ball on the 25. And of course, the starting quarterback, as we've talked to you earlier, and we'll be talking to you a lot more about, number 6, Jordan Lynch. Lynch, a redshirt junior from, well, the cradle of football success in Chicago, or one of them, Mount Carmel High School. You can see his numbers, nearly over 2,000 yards in total offense. And Lynch with the quick flip out to Martell Moore. And Martell Moore gets a short gain here at Casey's General Store. Starting lineups, first of all, for Northern's offensive line, Jared Volk, the only upperclassman on that line, and he's back from an injury. The backs and receivers, Leighton Settle, he's settled in as the #1 running back for this club, but they've got a lot of depth. Casey's famous for pizza. Second down now. Short pickup, call it 3. And Lynch will set up in the spread as he normally does. He's throwing again, and again it's complete to Moore. First down near the 40-yard line. Martell Moore with his second completion from Jordan Lynch. Defensively for Buffalo, they played a 3-4. Stephen Means, he leads them in tackles for loss. And over on watch Cahill Mack and Willie Mosley. Watch Khalil Mack, rather. He is all conference and could be a lot more before his career is done. But once again, 1st and 10 now from their own 38 for Northern. And this time it is Jordan Lynch on the keep. And he'll get it up to the 40. And the Buffalo secondary. Najee Johnson has the only 2 interceptions for the team. Houston, Whitney Sherry, the leading tackler, and Courtney Lester, the other cornerback for the Buffalo Bulls. And they will be tested today. So Lynch has got his Huskies on the move. In motion is Tommy Lee Lewis, and he takes it on the jet around, and he's good for close to or at first down yardage. Brought down by Baugh, the strong safety for Buffalo.
I think, Michael, one of the things you're going to see here, this is not an option play. This is basically a sweep play that he's going into the boundary with. There's no read. It's just a fundamental handoff. I expect later in the game he'll detach from that, take the football away, and either take it himself or throw it downfield. Tommy
Lee Lewis extremely explosive. Here is Lynch again going up the middle, right over the left side and center of his line. Volk and Ness. And he will move the chains again, brought down by another one of the fine Buffalo linebackers, Lee Skinner. Time now for our Tool Time Rentals. Tools for success. Bob, what you got? Well, we'll get back to that in just a minute. Sorry about that. And once again, we get Northern on the ground and moving the chains to the 40. Now let's check the keys to success. Bob, go ahead.
Now let's check the keys to the game. Offensive line consistency. Win the kicking game. Offensive line consistency in the fact that good pass protection as well as good run protection. And then the kicking game. Get Buffalo to play on a long field.
And again, Northern keeps moving, this time with the King Daniels. Isaac Baugh comes in to make the stop, but again, Northern first down as they're going down the field.
Well, here, once again, we just talked a little bit about this. The first play, the sweep play, then he detaches from the running back, takes the football himself. The continuity of this offense and the play calling right now are just really, really good. And mixing it up here.
Lynch has got a man open. Once again, it's Moore, and Moore inside the 25, a couple of yards short. A couple of keys for Buffalo, Bob.
Well, a couple of things with Buffalo. Buffalo Bob, you're not going to, Zornich can't be one-dimensional. He just cannot run the football. He has to make good reads. He has to mature within the passing game. And the other thing is, you're not going to stop Lynch. Maybe try to control him and keep him inside and in front of the defense.
This is the pistol formation with the deep back behind the quarterback in the spread. Lynch once again to throw. Got a man in the end zone, but overshoots him. And that's the first incompletion for Jordan Lynch. Once again, it was intended this time for Deron Brown, number 4. And we've got a penalty flag thrown back upfield. Let's check it out. Deron Brown, wide receiver from Morgan Park High School in Chicago, and we're waiting for the call. The referee is Tom McCabe.
Downfield on the offense. That penalty declined. Be third down.
Well, an eligible man downfield. Penalty declined, so it brings up a third down and about 3.
You know, Mike, when you see the running game going the way it's going for the Huskies, that really enhances, obviously, play action.
And it goes to Jordan Lynch. Settle was the first man through, but Lynch is going to be short here, and it'll bring up 4th and a long one. Khalil Mack, the fine linebacker, in to lead the charge for the Buffalo Bulls, and we'll be talking a lot about Mack.
Well, Jordan Lynch right there like to have that play back. He'd like to hand the football off to the tailback. Instead, he pulled the football out and took it himself. And that's part of the timing when you're running this type of option football.
Northern's converted all but 2 of its 4th downs, 7 out of 9 so far this season. And Lynch will make it 8 out of 10 and maybe more, but just tripped up at the very end as he got to the 15-yard line. Lynch with the first down and more. Colby Way on the stop.
Oh, here's again a decision to hang on to the football and just take it upfield. Honest to goodness, he reminds me of a fullback when he runs the football between the tackles. I mean, and anybody that would second guess this young guy's speed, I mean, he has more than adequate speed to run this offense.
And this is settled, picks up short yardage. Once again, Khalil Mack. We've been calling his name a lot. We'll be calling it more. Take a look at what happens in the red zone. Northern Illinois, 19 for 24, nearly 80%. The only team better than that, Bob, Buffalo. They've been 13 for 13 in the red zone. So both teams are pretty good scoring-wise inside the 20.
Well, the offensive philosophy of the Huskies lends itself well to the red zone. They have the intermediate routes. They have a great running game. They're not relying on throwing the ball downfield where the field is basically
and the cross
twice
pitch.
as
This
wide
is
as
to
it's
Ron
long.
Brown, and Brown inside, and he's in there for the touchdown. What deception. The fake one way. They pitch to Deron Brown. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Well, we told you it'd be fun.
The execution, the offensive line, along with Lynch, obviously, the execution of these plays has been just marvelous thus far, and I think it'll continue to do so through the entire game. It's the mechanics. It's the way they do things. It's doing the little things properly to make the big things go. Well-coached football team, a very well-coached football team.
The fake to Lewis, and the other way it went to Deron Brown for the touchdown. And the extra point coming up. And with 9:53 to go, first quarter, 1 drive, 1 score. Northern 7 and Buffalo nothing.
I'm in the honors program here at NIU. The Honors House is a place where honors students can live together. I lived in the Honors House as a freshman, so I got to meet people right off the bat. I was with students who were in the same kinds of classes as me. So living in the Honors House just meant I had that group to start off with. Living with other honors students made all the difference in my experience, so why go anywhere else?
Northern Illinois University. Learning today.
Leading tomorrow.
It's our pride in the red, white, and blue. It's our commitment that always comes shining through. It's everything that you need. The hardest working people in America find value at Farm and Fleet.
NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Remax, Catherine Gannon. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. O'Leary's Restaurant Group. Village Commons Bookstore, home for all your Husky gear. And by Frontier Communications, the official telecommunications company of NIU Athletics. Well, that didn't take long. A little more than, what, 5 minutes, and Northern is on the board. 13 plays, 75 yards, 507. And here's the way it went down.
Again, I can't say enough about this offensive line. Basically, zone blocking. This ends up to kind of be almost like a reverse play. Everybody moving in one direction, the ball comes back in the other direction. Because of the success of the running game, it has so much influence on the defense to move in the opposite direction of where actually the football is going.
For Deron Brown, his first touchdown of 2012. And now Northern will kick off. Tyler Weedle will kick for Northern. Okoye Houston, number 30, the primary safety for Buffalo. Weedle sets it up. The crowd filling in. Boy, the wind starts to whip in from the south. But it's a heck of a lot better than it was this morning. Weedle's kick. Short. Taken by Houston at the 15. And he was going to be stopped, but then there's a flag down as Houston breaks away, goes out of bounds at the 40. But looks like it's going to be called back.
There are penalty flags on the field.
Usually on a hold right there.
First down.
Yeah, that was Striggles on the return, and the hold was on.
Right there, number 28. One of the things that there's going to be holding basically almost on every play, somewhere along the line. As long as you keep your hands inside the frame of the defender, you're going to be okay. When you reach that hand out, get outside the frame of that defender's body and start to tug on the shirt, it's going to get called every time.
There you see Zordich's numbers. It's under 50% for the season, but only 36% in MAC games. So you can see Northern knows he is vulnerable in terms of passing. Also from the spread, but we get the whistle before the snap.
A bit of a precarious start here, Michael.
Well, false start for Buffalo, so they'll back it up 5 yards. Not that the crowd isn't big, but it's certainly loud. And Zordich now goes under center. And the give is to the freshman halfback. And Devin Campbell gets short yardage. Now let's check the starting lineups. Here are the Casey's General Stores starting lineups. The offensive line for Buffalo: Davis Carlson, Trevor Sales, and all of them are 300 pounds plus. Oscon at 330. And the receivers: Alec Newts, the leading receiver in the MAC with 7 touchdowns. Devon Hughes also catches the ball, as does Cordero Dixon. We'll get to the rest in just a minute now. 1st and 14. Make it 2nd down and short yardage. It's Tyrone Clark makes the stop. The defensive line for Northern Illinois, and they're a veteran bunch. Alan Baxter leads the team with 7 tackles for loss. And the secondary, Tyrone Clark, number 36. He's having himself a fine year with 4 tackles for loss. Jimmy Ward's got a couple of interceptions, and you don't want to get hit by Demetrius Stone in the open field. 3rd down and 9. Zordich for his first pass, and it is behind the receiver. But looks like we're going to get a call here. The receiver.
Ball is thrown just a bit behind the receiver. But you know what? You've got to adjust it. You've got to make that catch. That's what, coming up the elevator with all these pro scouts today.
36, high hit. The 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's one of the things they're looking for in a wide receiver. Can you adjust to the pass? The easy catch is obvious. But when you've got to adjust, change your body position, make that catch, those are the things they're looking for.
But they got a gift. Marlon Moore, the freshman who's in because of injuries in the secondary, called for interference, and it's 15 yards on the first down. Moore, number 30. Watch him here.
Basically just a late hit. He's got to pull off of that. The older guys in the secondary, you sit down and talk to this young guy. Hey, we didn't need that. Play was no gain at all.
To Campbell. Campbell, who started last game, his first game, with 160 yards on the ground. Not bad for a start. Brought down by Victor Jacques, the middle linebacker for Northern, who's back in after some weeks of injury. So Campbell had quite an opening day. And now Zordich looking over at the sidelines. These teams don't huddle, so they're looking at the sidelines for all the signals. Zordich to throw again. This time he's got his man complete to Newts. Alex Newts across the 40. And Newts is taken down by Moore.
Newts is a deep threat. You know, he'll get that little quick hitch pass, then he'll fake that quick hitch and get downfield. Newts has got 7 touchdowns in 5 games.
Third down, a short 1. And again, you see the players looking over to the sidelines. That's where they get the signals. Now they got to tell the offensive lineman, and the offensive linemen have to hold that stance for a while. Zordich on the option. He's got his man again. And this time, once again, it's Hughes, and he is covered by Demetrius Stone. And that's first down yardage and more.
Here's a good look at Zordich. Squares his shoulders up, makes the throw, is on the run. I like taking a quarterback like Zordich and rolling him out.
Gain of 8, the first down. Zordich again to throw. And this time a little flare pass out in the flat. It's complete, but it doesn't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Michael, these offenses basically right now, thus far, are almost mirror images of each other. I think Jeff Quinn and Dave Dorn went to the same coaching clinic.
And yeah, between the no huddle and the rotating in many players, because you have to with this kind of a pace.
See, it is a no huddle, but at the same time, as you mentioned before, this would be about the amount of time that if they were in a huddle that it would be. And so you mentioned those offensive linemen sitting in their stances that long. That starts to wear on guys.
Campbell gets about 5. He's brought down by the linebacker Tyrone Clark. So Campbell is getting some yardage on the ground. Buffalo moving the ball well, but now a third down and 5 for the Bulls. Buffalo got Campbell and Cordero Dixon split left. Newts to the right. And here comes Zordich. And Zordich close and powers. That's the strength of Zordich. He was stopped, powered his way to the first down. Naval Jefferson gets him, but the chains move.
You know, you had mentioned that. You had mentioned Jordan Lynch from Mount Carmel High School. Zordich is from another great football tradition, Carter Mooney. Look at the power. Look at the leg drive. 6'3", 222 pounds.
Inside the 40, first and 10, Buffalo. Northern went down the field their first possession. Here comes the Bulls. Or here come the Bulls now. Campbell, the setback. Here he is again. Gets a little bit of a hole, but quickly it's filled. Once again by Demetrius Stone, who made the first hit. Jamal Bass came to finish him off after a gain of about 2.
Here's good discipline by Demetrius Stone. Everybody kind of bid on the ball going to the defense's left. He sat there, waited until the ball declared itself, came up in that lateral crease in the defense and made the play. A senior play right there.
Northern bringing the linebackers up. The Zordich under center again. The flat pass, a little bubble screen. Once again, Devin Hughes, and Devin Hughes gets first down yardage. Buffalo moving the ball well.
Rasheed Melvin, the corner here, number 11. Get a look at him on this play right here. He's going to make this tackle. He cannot bite to the inside. He has to go to the outside shoulder and divert the receiver back to his help, keeping the football inside and in front of the defense.
First and 10 from the Northern 27. And this time Zordich will keep. You notice how he can put the ball in the running back stomach, takes it out, and we've got flags all over the field.
Face mask on the defense, number 99.
And Northern's being called for a face mask. It looks like Naval Jefferson. And that's going to be another first down. 2 key penalties here on this drive against the Huskies.
Well, the Husky defensive line just came off the football that way. And I understand it's a penalty, but you know, from that standpoint, that's inadvertent. He reaches out, happens to get a handful of face mask, and obviously the penalty, 15 yards. Naval Jefferson, outstanding football player, 6 feet, 287 pounds, plays with great leverage. Marist High School, a senior, a 3.9 GPA in accounting. Counted every one of those 15 yards that time.
Right, and the penalty didn't add up, at least if you talk to him. That's the second personal foul, as we mentioned, on this drive by Buffalo against the Huskies. So in the red zone, where Buffalo's been perfect, once again, this goes to Campbell, and Campbell is snowed under by a bunch of Huskies led by number 91, Anthony Wells.
Wells is relentless here. Great leverage, pad under pad, brings his legs, is not fooled, steps up, comes across, beats the block of big number 55, Graham Winery. Outstanding defensive play.
No gain on that one. Second down. Zordich looking, got a man. Incomplete. The end zone intended for Newts. Alex Newts, who's caught 7 for touchdowns, covered by Moore, as you see him there.
Well, he's under duress here, Zordich. He did have the man wide open, but he was under duress. This is what I'm talking about having all the throws. A little more air under that football, a little more air.
Big third down play here for the Buffalo Bulls. And Zordich trying to find some room, but he's not going to get much. He's taken down at the 10. Jimmy Ward leading the attack along with Sean Progar. Progar, a walk-on who's become an outstanding anchor on that defensive line.
This defensive line plays in total unison. Everybody with a great first step. Everybody with a good burst. Great recognition by Progar. Coming across, getting it heels depth of the offensive lineman, breaking down, and basically then becoming a linebacker.
Patrick Clark with a 28-yard field goal. Clark has yet to miss this season, the left-footed kicker. Plenty of length, plenty of distance, and good for 3. So Buffalo has scored on its first drive. Huskies lead 7-3, 3:21 to go. We'll be back.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky Country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
I'm in the honors program here at NIU. The Honors House is a place where honors students can live together. I lived in the Honors House as a freshman, so I got to meet people right off the bat. I was with students who were in the same kinds of classes as me. So living in the Honors House just meant I had that group to start off with. Living with other honors students made all the difference in my experience, so why go anywhere else?
Northern Illinois University. Learning today.
Leading tomorrow.
Right now, her biggest decision is which flavor to choose. And as she continues to get older, her choices won't get any easier. By opening a Bright Start College Savings account today, you can give your child the chance to dwell on even more decisions. Bright Start College Savings. Today's a good day.
Today's broadcast is presented by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Well, both these teams are famous for scoring, and each has scored on its first drive. Mike Liederman, Bob Kamel, Nicole Darren prowling the sidelines for us. There you see 14 plays, 73 yards. But Bob, 2 big personal foul penalties on the Northern Huskies certainly helped out Buffalo.
I don't think there's any question. There were 2 third down plays, 2 stops, get those penalties, and I mean both of the penalties. The one with the secondary with the late hit, that is totally avoidable. That was Marlon Moore. Those guys, those older guys in the secondary, they'll sit him down, they'll talk to him about it, and they'll get that straightened out. And then the other penalty with the face mask by Jefferson. Just reaching out, trying to make a play, gets a hand in the face mask, and to say that, okay, let it go, it's not going to happen.
Patrick Clark, who kicked the 27-yard field goal to kick off for Buffalo. Tommy Lee Lewis and Jamison Wells, and hold on. Remember, it's a windy day, so we'll, as they say, take 2. The thing with Marlon Moore, who's been pushed into the starting lineup, and they're really happy with the way he's developed, but he had a couple of key penalties against Ball State last week for Northern, and yeah, he's got to learn when and when not. They like his aggressiveness, they like his speed, but those are freshman mistakes. This one works. It's headed in Lewis's direction, deep in the end zone, and Lewis will stay there. So Clark, with the wind behind him, gets the ball for a touchback. So Northern will start its second drive with 3:21 to go, first quarter.
Husky fans, Fatty's Pub and Grill in DeKalb is your official pre- and post-game NIU football headquarters. Whether you're catching a game on our big screens or having some of our famous grilled food out in our beer garden, Fatty's is the place to be. Reserve your date for your holiday party at Fatty's. And if you're looking for catering for your next event, Fatty's also offers full-service on- and off-site catering. For more information, go to fattyspub.com or call 815-758-7737.
Introducing a reason to look twice. Introducing a stunning work of technology. The entirely new Lexus ES and the first ever ES Hybrid. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Look at a landmark here in DeKalb, the Husky Water Tower. The broadcast rights for this event have been granted to Comcast Sportsnet by Northern Illinois University. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Comcast Sportsnet and NIU is strictly prohibited. Brought to you by the Law Office of Amato and Sheen. Well, this year, all field goals kicked by the Huskies are being renamed as food goals. During this game and every game the Huskies play this regular season, the Elburn Cooperative Company will make a donation of $50 to a local food pantry for every field goal kicked by the Huskies. Keep watching for all Elburn Co-op food goals kicked today. There you go. We got the Thunder Sticks, we got the helmet, we got the jersey, and the Huskies from the 25 for their second offensive drive of the game.
You know, Michael, I mentioned on the open, I talked a little bit about Chandler Harnish, who is now rostered by the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not surprised. The thing that surprised me about Harnish is that he went that late in the draft, basically the last player taken in the draft.
Yeah, and he's still got a roster spot and doing well as the third quarterback for the Colts. And Khalil Mack puts the stop on number 3, Akeem Daniels, who comes in at tailback.
Here again, I can't say enough about this offensive line. It's one thing to engage a block. It's another thing to sustain a block. Their techniques, they're just a little innuendos, the nuances of offensive line play that they're being coached. They're really executing well.
From the pistol formation, Leighton settled back there at tailback, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Well, maybe give him a yard. 3rd and 5. Colby Way, the 270-pound junior defensive end in the 3-4 for the Bulls, brings him down. 2.5 to go, first quarter. It's gone quickly. Lynch has time, misses his receiver, and almost intercepted back there by Houston. Intended for Tommy Lee Lewis, and we're going to have the first punt of the afternoon.
You know, I talked about the run aspect of Northern Illinois' offensive line. That pass protection there was outstanding. Lynch had a great deal of time, was able to look off 2 or 3 other receivers and get the ball downfield. Tommy Lee Lewis, make that catch, my friend.
Ryan Neer is the punter. He averages about 38 yards a kick. Cordero Dixon at his own 30, and he'll call fair catch. The first half of NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Frontier Communications, the official telecommunications company of NIU Athletics. So after that 40-yard punt, Buffalo will come back and no huddle the other way. I love this, Bob. I know we could explain this here. They're all looking at the sideline. It's not that they're just ticking off plays 4 at a time. They look to the sidelines. Each player gets, each position gets his signals. As you look at Jeff Quinn there in his second year at Buffalo, he says he loves the Great Lakes and he loves fishing. Okay.
Actually, he's an Elmhurst College graduate.
Yeah.
And if you look to your east here, Michael, you probably can see the tower there at Elmhurst College.
He's got
straight down North Avenue. He's home. He's home.
Deep Chicago roots for the Buffalo coach.
And another penalty.
And as Devin Campbell circles right end, another penalty, and this one looks like it'll go against the offense.
You know, we mentioned Jeff Quinn. Let's talk just briefly about his staff right after this.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield.
Illegal formation, says referee McCabe. So it'll be a 1st and 15. Go, Bob.
Jeff Quinn has put together a staff that has made 75 bowl appearances and 7 national championship appearances.
And you know who the defensive coordinator is. Familiar name around here.
And in Champaign.
Lou Tepper. Yeah, Lou's the defensive coordinator. 3 other head coaches. Jeff Quinn loved to say, when you guys were head coaches, I sent you my resume and you never hired me, but I hired all of you. So, you know, he's got a good staff with him, and he's not afraid to go with experienced people. Demetrius Stone comes in and he stops Campbell.
The great lesson, Michael. It's always good to be good to people on the way up, because you never know when you're going to see them on the way down.
Oh, do we learn that? To throw and in a crowd, and what a catch. No, yeah. Devin Hughes makes the catch in between 3 defenders. What a excellent play by Buffalo's receiver, Devin Hughes.
Zordich rolls through. That's a big time throw. That window right there was closing. That's the only place that ball could have been thrown. Errant in one direction, a couple of yards this way or that way, it's not a successful throw. Zordich is so far, thus far, as we talked earlier about, you know, not making reads and learning and being in the learning process. I'm impressed with Alex Zordich.
Well, Marlon Moore broke up that pass to Alex Newts on 1st down after the 15-yard gain. Zordich, if you talk to Jeff Quinn, he'll say he wants to pass, he knows how to pass, he's just got to learn the procedures. He's got to learn really how to assess the field, and his footwork's got to improve, but he looks pretty good so far. Short burst over the middle. Tyrone Clark brings down Devin Campbell.
Great push by the left side of that Buffalo offensive line. Jaron Carlson, Andre Davis, and the center Trevor Sales. I mean, these are big guys. 6'2", 318, 6'1", 301, 6'4", 303.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you haven't gotten to the big guy yet. Oscon at 330 at right tackle. Zordich, and the give again, this time to the tailback, but somebody is not fooled. Anthony Wells in there, also Alan Baxter. No gain, maybe a loss.
Excuse me, Michael. This is all about patience with the defensive line. Just about patience. Hold your area. Complete your 1/11th of the defense, your assignment. Don't play outside the defense that's called. Great discipline by the front there of the Northern Illinois defense, and credit, you know, Jay Neiman, the defensive coordinator. He's an experienced coach, and he's done a great job with this Northern Illinois defense.
Tyler Grassman, a freshman punter, to Angelo Sebastiano at his own 10. He calls fair catch, lets it go. Can Buffalo get down there in time? No. Well, it's a heady play and a risky play by Sebastiano, but he figured the roll would take the ball into the end zone. So Northern Illinois will have another chance. They lead 7-3. At the end of the first quarter, we've got 7-3 Northern over Buffalo. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
I'm Jim Dore, the only guy in town ever to bowl a 300. I know a little bit about perfection. That's why I love Casey's Pizza with their made-from-scratch crust, fresh meats and veggies, and 100% real mozzarella. It's as perfect as my backswing, which is perfect. I bowled a 300.
Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at naubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands: Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations: the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
Pep Boys. It's Pep Boys Fall Tire Event. Buy 2 tires, get an oil change free. Or buy 3, get the 4th tire free. Plus, get $50 back on a prepaid card. Pep Boys does everything for less.
Tuesdays, don't miss the Lance Briggs Show on Comcast Sportsnet. Get closer to the game than ever before as Briggs takes you inside the player's mindset and breaks down what to expect each week.
Join us every week for the Lance Briggs Show. Tuesday nights at 11 o'clock. Only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey, welcome back to Husky Stadium, where the Huskies lead the Bulls 7-3 right now as we enter the second quarter. Of course, you see a lot of guys on the sidelines right now, sidelines sprinkled with pink in honor of breast cancer awareness. You see those towels, wristbands, socks, all in pink out there. But what you may not know is that cancer strikes closer to home here at NIU. Their offensive coordinator, first-year offensive coordinator, Mike Dunbar, diagnosed with cancer shortly after he arrived here at NIU in February. He was reassigned in September so that he can focus solely on his battle with cancer. Dave Doran saying his health is most important right now. We're told he's still undergoing treatment and doing well. Guys?
All right, thanks, Nicole. And, of course, we wish Mike and his family the best here. And we know he's going to do his best to make that recovery. Frontier Communications, the official telecommunications company of NIU Athletics. And they bring us today's sideline reports. Okay, Northern Illinois with a 7-3 lead after a very quick first quarter. And here's the pitch out to Martell Moore, and Moore's got the first down and more across the 35. Najah Johnson bringing him down, or running him out of bounds, we should say.
Well, this is just there for the taking. Jordan Lynch makes a great read. That's a very soft corner. Najah Johnson probably playing about 12 yards off the football. Difficult to understand that they would give up that short flat that way.
17-yard gain for Northern.
That's just pitch and catch. I mean, he'd like to see Jordan Lynch like to see that on every play.
And the freshman Harris is in there as one of the running backs now, and Lynch puts it in his belly but takes it back, and he gets across the 40, a gain of about 5 for Jordan Lynch.
We see 3 people in the backfield here, and what that does when he begins to execute the fake, that has a lot of pull on the defense. Watch this. 4 people basically going in one direction. Jordan detaches from the play, and Jared Vogt leads the play upfield.
He's got Harnish on the brain.
I've done this a number of times, and I consider it a compliment to Jordan Lynch, but
second and 4. That's Tommy Lee Lewis, who is met by a host of white shirts as he once again tries the end-around sprint. Khalil Mack, again, the outstanding linebacker in there.
You know, Michael mentioned Jordan Lynch being from Mount Carmel High School. One of the things I'd have to give a shout to is Frank Lenthe, his head football coach. Probably one of the most successful head football coaches, not in recent history, but in the history of the state of Illinois. Frank does a great job in the Catholic League there for Mount Carmel High School.
3rd and 7, and the ball intended for Akeem Daniels, too low, and Northern once again will have to apparently punt. Yeah, Frank Lenthe, we were talking about Jordan Lynch. He came to Mount Carmel as a running back, and they made him a quarterback when he was a freshman, a 9th grader. And I asked Lenthe, what's the story? He said, well, you know, every kid wants to throw and build up his statistics at that stage. But Jordan Lynch was the only one really he knew who thought we instead of me. He really thought he had a feel for the game, a feel for the team, and how to make other people better. And sure enough, 7 years later, he's doing it again. And here's the fake. And it's a first down and more. They've done it before. They'll do it again. Luke Ekus, the tight end, takes the snap, and there he goes inside the 30-yard line of Buffalo.
Talk about a well-executed play. This is outstanding up front, selling it. And then he gets a crease to the outside. Watch the collision. Oh, my goodness, Luke. 6'3", 250-pound tight end rambling downfield.
For 32 yards.
He was never the thought crossed his mind to step out of bounds.
From the 28, here comes Lynch. And Lynch inside the 20, inside the 10. After the fake, Jordan Lynch has got Buffalo knocking back on its heels again. Adam Redden, backup safety, in there to save the touchdown.
Watch the athleticism. We get the athleticism that Lynch exhibits here. I mean, this is running back stuff. Watch the little fake. Right inside, now he takes it outside, then he explodes.
1st and goal just inside the 10. You see Jordan Lynch, 207 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Ball State. Lynch again is going to go the other way, and he gets inside the 5, still going. That's why they call him the linebacker quarterback. Picks up 5. Khalil Mack finally got in there, along with Stephen Means, number 40.
I mean, there is no slide in this guy. I mean, he lowers his shoulder. He keeps his feet moving. Look at the strength.
Mack is probably the best linebacker in the conference. He's 245, and he couldn't stop him. He just slowed him up.
Oh, he had great leverage. He was pad under pad, and more so anything else, the mental aspect of the determination to get into the end zone.
Leighton settled back in at running back, and he is down around the 2-yard line.
You know, you mentioned I had Chandler Harnish on the brain, but, you know, I will tell you something. Credit this coaching staff, the coaching staff that recruited Lynch, because he has like abilities to Chandler Harnish. The offense did not have to change.
Real quick snap, but Buffalo was ready, and Settle was stopped for no gain. So now it's going to be 4th down and 1. All right, we'll give him a yard. So what's the call here?
Somehow, some way, Lynch will be involved in carrying the football.
We don't see Matthew Sims coming in to kick the chippy field goal. But now Northern looks like going to take a timeout.
A little meeting on the sideline here.
11 minutes, 11 seconds to go. The Huskies take their first timeout of the half. The DeKalb Public Library is proud to celebrate the Big Read 2012. This year's featured book is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. You read that, right?
Absolutely.
Sure, you were looking at the pictures. The library is holding events throughout, I was too, holding events throughout the county in October and giving away copies of the book. So please visit their website at dkpl.org for more information.
My copy actually came with crayons.
Is that right? Hey, everybody reads Tom Sawyer, and you should read it more than once.
What's your call here, Michael?
Wow. Well, Northern, as we told you, converted 1 4th down earlier, 8 for 10. Looks like, I think Lynch on the option, maybe a quarterback draw and up. I don't know. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I think the most direct way, either a straight handoff. I don't want to take the football too far off the line of scrimmage.
Hakeem Daniels has got it. He can walk in.
That's the play I wanted, Michael.
They freeze the defensive line with the option play, and then they hand it to Daniels. And look out. You and I could have walked in on that one. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Hakeem Daniels, his 2nd of the season. A 1-yard jaunt around the right side. Daniels had a big touchdown last week against Ball State. The go-ahead touchdown to come from behind win. Here he puts them up 13-3. Matthew Sims, all-conference kicker, will try to add the extra point. .11:07 to go. Sims splits the uprights. Not a problem. Well, we'll take one more look at Daniels' touchdown. 14-3 Northern. We'll be back.
I am a helpful smile.
I'm a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I
am a helpful smile. I've been a helpful smile for 23 years.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am Hy-Vee.
Well, the Bears may be off this weekend, but Sunday night at 10 on Sportsnet Central, CSN looks back at their top 5 plays thus far. And get interactive. Use the hashtag BearsTalk and tweet CSN Chicago, your favorite play from the Bears' first 5 games. Catch that Sportsnet Central. Okay. Well, another scoring drive. You can't take a breath around here. 10 plays, 80 yards. Of course, the big play was that 32-yard fake punt. Direct snap to Luke Eakus. Dave Doran has gotten it all working.
Well, what I'm so impressed with is the continuity of the offense. This play works because from time to time, Lynch will detach and take the football upfield. So this keeps the linebackers honest. They cannot move until they see the ball has left the deepest back in the backfield. That's the coaching point. So they're frozen there. And now these linebackers and these corners, now they have a foot race with a running back by the name of Akeem Daniels, or wide receiver, to the cone, and they're just not going to win that race. You can't, what it does, it freezes up. It freezes up the linebackers and the safeties. And that's because of the great execution.
Adam Redden and Okoye Houston are the deep backs, as Tyler Weedle will kick off with the win. So this could go right where I think it's going to go. Yeah, way to the back of the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. What do you think about that new rule, bringing the ball out to the 25 and kicking off from the 35?
Well, I like it. One of the things I talk about, and the term I use, is the players get bigger and faster and stronger. The term I use is the torque at the collision point. And it's no more so evident than on kickoffs and punts and special team deals. Anything that they can do to cut down injuries because of the types of collisions we're seeing right now, I'm all for.
Well, you just wonder, though, will the kickoff ever become something just ceremonial if we keep going forward? Yeah.
I mean, again, the injuries that we've seen recently, and I mean, players are bigger, stronger, faster. The contact is much more violent.
And the give from Zordich back to Devin Campbell, and Campbell gets maybe a yard before he's met by Victor Jacques, the middle linebacker from Miami, Florida, playing in very un-Miami-like weather today. Now again, you see Zordich will clap. They'll look over to the side. Gorkan Ozkan, you see the right tackle there. He's checking, and he's checking with the quarterback. Get the signal straight without the huddle. So under center now, here's Zordich. And Zordich being pursued, gets rid of it, and it is complete. Nice play by both the receiver and the quarterback when it goes to Devin Campbell, and Campbell gets about a yard from the first down marker.
Zordich did a great job of his progression. Deep downfield, toward the middle. Now he's under duress. Looks once again, sees the entire field, makes the completion.
On 3rd and 1, he gives it to Campbell, and Campbell is wrapped up. Jamal Bass got him along with Tyrone Clark, and they are going to be short.
A great push up front. Great push up front. Great determination. You know, when his shoulders square, they're sliding down inside to make the play. I mean, it's all about, you know, I had an opportunity to coach for Coach Lou Holtz. He constantly talked about the football position, the fundamental football position, not getting too high, not getting too low. That was a great example of it right there.
Tyler Graston to punt. And off the side of his foot, Sebastiano calls fair catch with good field position on the Huskies 43. So Northern will have the ball when we come back. 9:17 to go first half. Huskies up 14-3.
Cold drinks. Great food. O'Leary's has it. A place full of people you know and people you're about to meet. Friends and future friends. So pull up a chair, grab a drink and dig in. You're at O'Leary's in downtown DeKalb. Welcome home.
I referred my friend to DirecTV, and now I get $10 off my bill every month. But helping her save some money, that just means the world to me. See, we get some really bad tornadoes around here, and at one point, she lost everything that she had. So when it came time to rebuild, I told her about DirecTV.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
Dutch Farms presents Speaking Dutch. Lesson number 2, butter. Boter.
Boater?
Botier.
Boater. Boater.
The Dutch have always been known for their dairy products. And at Dutch Farms, we continue this tradition by bringing farm fresh butter from all-natural sweet cream to your table. Try Dutch Farms butter, eggs, and cheese with all of your favorite recipes. And soon you'll be saying,
I want Dutch Farms.
Dutch Farms. We speak quality.
Well, Huskies so far 14-3 with 9:17 to go in the first half over Buffalo. But, you know, they were up by 21 points, NIU was, against Buffalo last year at Buffalo. Buffalo came back to tie, and this was the extra point to tie the game with 14 seconds to go. But Buffalo's kicker missed, and Northern escaped with its life. So nothing about getting cocky when you've got a 2-touchdown or so lead. There's still a lot of game to play. Oh, did you feel bad for the kicker?
How many times do you think Dave Doeren showed that second half to this Husky football team this week? Maybe every day?
There goes Lynch again. And Lynch trying to break it out. He's got the first down and more and almost gets out of the tackle. And he would have been gone. Finally brought down. It looked like Khari Brown, inside linebacker, did it, but Jordan Lynch once again picks up a big chunk of yards, about 21 yards.
I mean, I don't care what conference you watch. I don't care what team you watch. I don't care who you root for. This is one of the exciting football players in the entire scheme of college football this year.
Bubble screen. He's got 2 men to beat. And look at Tommy Lee Lewis turn that corner. And Lewis, first down yardage inside the 25. Whitney Sherry, the free safety for Buffalo, riding him out of bounds.
Just to pick up and throw the football, what it basically amounts to as basically an old toss play on a sweep, except it's an extended toss. It's a throw. But that's what the play is.
From the 24, Lynch to throw. He's got his man. And first down yardage once again.
Well, you know, I mentioned earlier about the cushion that Johnson's giving at the corner at the top of the screen. I'm a bit surprised that they haven't come up and have him play a little more of a press coverage with some help behind him. This is pitch and catch. This is just too easy.
That was Jawan Brescison, who rarely gets in, and he makes his catch. And again, a first down now inside the 15. Lynch gives it off, and inside the 10 goes the freshman, Keith Harris Jr. Boy, they are so deep at running back on Northern, aren't they? He's a pure freshman.
I mean, that is a real luxury. That's outstanding recruiting, Michael. And the recruiting demographic that was much more provincial years ago for Northern Illinois has extended itself to the entire country.
Lynch in trouble here, but coming back to the ball was Martell Moore, and could not make the connection, so it'll bring up a third down. Stephen Means out there on the defense. Jawan Brescison, he's one of the receivers, just made his first career catch, so a lot of people getting into the show for Northern. Now here to keep the drive alive with a 3rd and 7. Moore split left, and Lynch takes it up and close, about a yard short. He was stopped about the 8-yard line because he was wrapped up by Means there, but he got away.
Michael, watch him extend himself right here. Basically sets a hand down. It just flies toward that end zone. I mean, that's good coaching too. You do that in drills. You take the football, give it to the running back, quarterback, whoever it is, set a hand down, keep your feet going, put the football in the other hand, set your hand down again, keep your and there's a prime example of that drill.
4th and 2, and here's Lynch. He's got it, and he's got a touchdown. Boy, they are blowing cannons here like it's World War II.
Jared Folk, the left guard. Tyler Lewis, the left tackle. Andrew Ness. They collapse down the inside. Comes around the corner. Aiden Conlon from the backside, the guard, makes the seal.
10 for 12 on 4th down conversions all season long for the Huskies. Now to add the 21st point. Again, they just seem to be scoring at will here.
Well, it's one thing to have a big offensive line. It's another thing to have a well-coached, athletic offensive line. And that's exactly what the Huskies had. You take a big guy like Aiden Conlon coming around there at 6'3", 287, and leading the play up to the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Come on, that's big time.
Sims adds the 21st point. We are at 6:59. The Presidents are enjoying it. Well, so are Husky fans. First half, 21-3.
So I feel like everybody here is here for the students. This was just so welcoming and so comforting that I felt like this was where I was supposed to be.
Rather than trying to be an instructor, I try to be a guide to help them improve their understanding of what they're learning.
You can find everyone here at NIU, and it's a great model of what the real world is.
The student, the learner, is the center of our universe.
Xfinity presents UFC.
Well, welcome back, and welcome to Jordan Lynch. What an afternoon he's had. We're not even through the first half yet. Northern up by 21-3 after the last scoring drive. Let's show you the touchdown. 4th and 2, Bob.
Well, I think this is an outstanding call. As I mentioned before, Aiden Conlon, that big right guard, 287 pounds. I mean, I'm going to use the term choreography. The choreography of this offensive line is something to behold. I mean, a hat on a hat, people playing with good leverage. And nobody knows this better than Jordan Lynch. I mean, I love the way he comes off the field and grabs these big guys. But look at the mutual respect they have for him right there.
Well, Jordan Lynch, 84 yards rushing so far. Buffalo as a team has 10 yards fewer. And what an afternoon he's having.
Let me set the record straight here about these two situations, okay? And Dave Dorn would be the first to admit this to you. Dave Dorn walked into a really nice situation here and did a great job with the continuity of the situation. Now, Jeff Quinn from the other side of the field from Buffalo, he walked into a tough spot. And it's going to be, he is in a rebuilding process. They've got their work cut out for them. They've got to recruit well. And, you know, and I'm not trying to, you know, say this game's over already, but the fact of the matter is Northern Illinois has just really had their way with Buffalo. But Quinn and that outstanding staff that he has, they'll get this thing going again, and they'll get it going real quick.
Reeder and Houston are deep for the Bulls. Tyler Weedle, who's had a busy afternoon on kickoffs. And he put a couple in the end zone, this one too. And they will not run it out. Houston gets the direction to say sit and take the touchback. 7 plays, 58 yards, and that 4-yard sprint by Jordan Lynch. Wow. But again, as you've said it, Bob, and we've seen Northern all season long, they have a tendency. I'm not saying that they let up on the gas pedal, but teams have caught them, and then they seem to, you know, they're a fourth quarter team too. They've outscored their opponents by nearly 50 points in the fourth quarter. So you want them to get going. You just pick the time, and it seems they'll do it.
They're a highly motivated team. Homecoming here, DeKalb, Illinois.
Zordich to throw and complete over the middle. Good gain. And this one goes to Alex Newts, the leading receiver, up by the 50-yard line. A gain of 23. Rashawn Melvin, the cornerback, in there. And so Buffalo with its biggest offensive play and a good throw and a good catch from Zordich to Alex Newts. Zordich again. He's got Newts again. A slant in. Met by Rashawn Melvin and several of his Huskies teammates. And that gains about 9. And Buffalo quickly up to the line.
Well, this is an example of not only a no huddle, but what we refer to as a hurry. In other words, get everybody up to the line of scrimmage before the defense can start making calls off of the sets that they see.
Almost like the 2-minute drill. Zordich has got the time, and it is incomplete down around the 12-yard line. Once again,
you know, Michael, I had an opportunity to coach here. This is a great school. The opportunity for people to come from the greater Chicago area and all around here. The quality of football that you see, the institution. I'd like to see these stands full, just full, and they should be.
Here's a Wildcat, or they call it the Alex Cat. Alex Dennison, who's a big converted quarterback at tight end, trying to get the first down. But he may, well, they're going to probably measure this one. They call this the Alley Cat formation. It's a Wildcat with a converted tight end taking the direct snap. That's Dennison. And it will be a 4th and 1.
Sean Proger said, bring whatever cat you want. I'm going to make this play. You can call it the Alley Cat. You can call it the Wildcat, whatever it is. I'm making the play.
Well, they're going to go for it, Buffalo will, on 4th and 1. But a timeout first for the Bulls with 5:26 to go. Devin Campbell to be the running back there with Zordich. Coming up at halftime, Gail Fisher from our CSN studios will have local college football highlights and scores from around the area. NIU President John Peters will stop by the broadcast booth. Plus, we'll have highlights from the first half, and it's all coming up at halftime right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Mike Liederman along with Bob Kamel and Nicole Darren on the sidelines. Our producer Mike Leary, director Dave Turner, all bringing it to you on a very unfall-like day for 2012. As one of the NIU folks said to me as we walked in this morning, all season it's been a drought. The homecoming game, we get the rain. Fortunately, it seems to have held up. We're supposed to get more, but not till tonight. All right, here we go. 4th down for Buffalo. They trail it 21-3. Zordich under center, and they give to Campbell. And Campbell is met by much of the Huskies line. He had to get to the 41, and Buffalo signaling first down. I think the officials are going to take their time with this. Nothing fancy or tricky about that. It was just a straight handoff into the middle, going over the center and right guard, Sales and Winery.
And they're pointing at each other.
Yeah. Yes, it is. No, it's not. And the officials said, wait a minute, let me straighten this out.
You know, college homecoming. College homecoming. Come back to DeKalb. Come back to NIU. Relive those days. This is a little bit of a homecoming for me also, Michael.
That's
having
right.
had the pleasure of coaching here for 2 years.
Well, you did what under Lee Corso?
Lee Corso, and 1 year with Jerry Pettibone. I loved it here. Flat out loved it here. I coached some great young guys.
Let's check the measurement. Here we go. A moment of truth for Buffalo. Oh, by the narrowest of football points.
Jason Carlson looks over at the Northern Illinois defense and said, I told you so. Why didn't you believe me?
Had it by a mile. All right, let's reset here. 5 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Jeff Quinn, who's really an offensive guru and calls the offensive plays, sends this one into Alex Zordich. And once again, Campbell and the freshman boy, he's doing some heavy-duty work. Victor Jacques meets him as he gains perhaps a yard.
Victor Jacques, I mean, sideline to sideline, pass coverage, complete linebacker. Comes here all the way from Miami, Florida. Christopher Columbus High School.
Right.
High school football captain. Natural leader. Heart of the defense. Makes the calls.
And we get a timeout on the field. Jacques back in the lineup, was injured for a couple of games earlier in the season.
Let's talk a little bit about this MAC conference, Michael, if you don't mind. 3 weeks ago, Northern Illinois beat Kansas. Ball State beat the University of South Florida.
And
Central Michigan defeated Iowa. And Western Michigan defeated UMass. All in one weekend. No, I'm not sorry, UMass. UConn.
Yeah. And Buffalo almost beat UConn. They had
Buffalo almost beat UConn. So, not UMass, UConn.
UMass is one of the MACs.
Not a basketball game. This is a football game. But, I mean, those are 4 great victories for this conference. This is a great conference. This is an outstanding conference. I think at last count, there were like 6 Mid-American quarterbacks rostered in the National Football League.
And, you know, anybody who doesn't like this game and the action just plain doesn't like football. I mean, this has been end-to-end good stuff. Great basic techniques, a little trickery. Passing, running. All he needs is a kickoff for punt return now, I guess, to complete it. Here's Zordich looking. Quick pitch out to the side, and this is to Rudy Johnson, his wide receiver. Tyrone Clark meets him. And that'll be good enough for a first down. And Buffalo's got a nice drive going here.
Well, what makes this play go is obviously the pitch and the catch. But Alex Newts, number 19, the wide receiver, excellent block on the corner. You get a wide receiver who wants to be a complete wide receiver. Obviously catch the football, you're a wide receiver. But will you go downfield and block? Will you get us those extra 2 or 3 yards, or maybe get us into the end zone with a fine block?
Zordich again looking. And we got a flag in the end zone as the pass is incomplete, intended for Newts, but Rashawn Melvin, I think, is going to get himself teed up right here.
In all candor, I'm not real crazy about this call right now, Michael.
Now we'll take a look at it, but Let's wait for
interference. Defense number 11. The 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right, now let's see after Tom McCabe announces the call.
This is Rasheed Melvin running in man-to-man coverage.
Ooh.
That's a wave off by me. And I'm a big fan of the Mid-American Conference officials. They do a great job. That one right there, though, I have to disagree with.
Incidental contact that knocked him to the ground, eh? Here's Devin Campbell, and Campbell gets short yardage. First down. Gets maybe 2 before Jamal Bass meets him.
Gain of 1. Not to state the obvious, but this is a huge series for the Buffalo offense.
Right, if they're going to get any kind of momentum going into halftime.
See, this is there's no huddle. I don't know.
It is and it isn't, right? Or it isn't and it is.
Yeah, it's kind of a hybrid, so to speak.
Little bubble screen to Johnson, and fighting off the block and making the tackle really nicely. Demetrius Stone at 5'10", the safety from Miami.
This is an outstanding play. I mean, he was cut at the point of attack, jumped up. Watch him here. This is very athletic because he's going to get cut right at the point of attack. Here it is. There it is. Regains his feet, gets up, gets in a football position, makes the play. Great athleticism by Demetrius Stone.
Campbell splits out right. Devin Hughes in the slot. And you got 2 receivers left and a timeout, Buffalo. 3:15 to go. Buffalo takes a timeout to talk things over. And with Northern leading 21-3, we can tell you Remax, Catherine Gannon, listing of the game is a beautiful 6-bedroom, 4.5-bath residence in Sycamore, Illinois. Okay,
6-bedroom.
That's right, just for you. This professionally decorated home features a den, swimming pool, and a spectacular farmland view, and is located in the heart of Husky Country. For more information on this listing and other listings, visit CatherineGannon.net. Hey, get you a nice 6-bedroom home. I like that.
In the neighborhood I grew up in Chicago, you know what we'd call that? An apartment building.
A mansion. you really like it. You'd have less of a commute coming up here, you know. All right, 3rd and 6. Buffalo knocking at the door, and Zordich clapping his hands. Again, you've got the 2 receivers on either side. Johnson and Newt's left. Campbell and Hughes right, and Zordich will go right up the middle, and they're waiting for him. Boy, Zordich went right through the center of the line, and the center of the line said, here we are. Sean Progar leading the stop, so it's going to be 4th and 4, and it looks like they will have to try a field goal with Patrick Clark again. Clark has already got 1 from 27. This one's going to be about 24. 24-25. Right. A sputter right at the 25 at the snap. Tony Daniels, the holder. And the left-footed kick is up. And it is no good. First miss of the season for Patrick Clark.
You know, obviously they don't come away with points, but the psychological effect on the team just before you go into the locker room at the half.
Right.
Get those points, that's a little bit of shot of enthusiasm. And here he basically pulls it.
Yeah, he just hooked it, and he is so accurate. That's also the first time Buffalo has not scored in the red zone all season long. They had been perfect. And Jeff Quinn can only shake his head. And did a Blackhawks game break out? Just heard the music. Oh, I hope that happens soon. Believe me. 2:27 and
is Makita and Hull are still, they're not with the Blackhawks. They've moved on as players.
No, they are very much a part of the organization. They're
Recently,
great to have them. Oh, sure, they're a big part. All right, Jordan Lynch and company back in business on their own 20. With 2:27 to go first half, and we're just getting set here. Lynch the fake, and there he goes. And there he goes. He's gone 88 yards earlier. Not quite that now, but he's into Buffalo territory. A 40-yard gain. Khalil Mack makes the stop, but not until Jordan Lynch takes half the field with him.
I said this a couple of years ago about a young quarterback. I'm going to say it about Jordan Lynch. When he's on the field, the whole field is the red zone.
It certainly seems that way, you know, and he can do it with his arm as well as his feet. And here's a fumble. Lynch is going to fall on the ball if he can hold on to it, and he does. One of the rare miscues you'll see on the snap. But actually, Khalil Mack right in there. But actually, Matt McIntosh came in, is what I was saying. He took the direct snap and fumbled it, which...
Fundamental. Jordan Lynch took his eye off the football that time. That was a very fieldable snap.
It was Matt McIntosh who came in, the second-string quarterback for that snap. Give Jordan Lynch a blow.
McIntosh, I apologize.
Lynch has got a man wide open. It is complete to Luke Ekus, and Ekus down to the 2-yard line, 38 yards. Lynch to Ekus. Isaac Baugh saves the touchdown for now, and wow, just like you drew it up.
Great play action fake right here. Lynch looks one way, comes back the other way. Looks like he's going to run the football. Ekus gets out behind the corner, and the big guy's having a big game for himself today. After he had the fake punt for the first down, and now this. Wow.
And Baugh is down. Looks like a knee issue for Isaac Baugh, who moved into linebacker and also plays safety.
Let's talk about the athleticism of Luke Ekus here. St. Mary's High School, St. Mary's, Kansas, captain of the football team, the basketball team, the track team, and won 14 letters in his 4 years in high school.
Oh, they're taking Isaac Baugh off the field under his own power. There you see him. And Buffalo has had a couple of injuries there in that defensive backfield, and this is not a good sign, as he is one of their veterans, one of their few veterans, a senior from Tennessee. First and goal from the 4. Lynch. Touchdown. One more. He did it again, right up the gut. 4 yards for the score.
I mean, that is an outstanding job by that offensive line. Great, great job. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this Ryan Brown, this right tackle, 6'6", 283, St. Charles North High School. You know, his brother played at the University of Central Florida, an offensive lineman, and he's with the Minnesota Vikings. And you know, a great athletic family. Brown's sister Carrie was a scholarship volleyball player at St. Charles North High School, also at the University of Central Florida. Great, great family.
Sims's kick is good, and the score now moves to 28-3 for Northern. The second touchdown for Jordan Lynch, and there, a couple of other heroes of the homecoming weekend, our homecoming king and queen. Well, congratulations. And there's a good, wait a minute, that's a good looking court, but pan left back to those two guys. Now, you know, how'd they get in the court? That's the half court or something. 1:08 to go first half.
I like the crown. I really like the crown.
The crown
nice
is good.
Touch.
You could probably get a couple of free burgers for that.
I'm a bit surprised at the score of this football game at the halftime.
Yeah, honestly, I am too, because Buffalo is a good squad. They have played tough, and as we said, you know, they get down, they do come back. It's not going to be easy for them, but I wouldn't write anything off at this point. But it's been all Northern so far, as Victory Husky gets all revved up. He was doing Gangnam Style. You see that? Husky Gangnam Style. Oh yeah. Yeah. Your kicker may be getting tired. You know you're doing well if your kicker's gasping for air.
Oh, here's a trivia question. That's Victory Husky.
Yeah.
Okay, the actual dog, the real K9, is named...
You got me.
Come on.
Murray.
Diesel.
Oh, okay.
close personal friend of Diesel.
I'm sure. Again with the wind, headed for the end zone, and Okoye Houston will just catch it, down it, and with a minute plus left in the first half, Buffalo will go back to work.
There's Diesel.
Now that is a gorgeous dog.
That is Diesel. That is not Victory Husky. That is Diesel.
No, I know that.
I had an opportunity to shake with Diesel before the game.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome back, Bobby.
All right. From the 25, Buffalo will go back on offense with Alex Zordich leading the team. 218 yards for Northern in the second quarter, 60 for Buffalo. And Alex Newts receives this one, and that's good for first down yardage as the clock will start up again. 1 minute to go in the first half. So Buffalo in the hurry up. Zordich with time, now being chased. Now he's got his man Newts again to the 42 and out of bounds. Rashawn Melvin pushing him out. Clock is still running. I don't know about that.
Well, until Zordich and the Buffaloes establish some type of an effective running game, this is going to be basically what the offense is going to be, kind of pitch and catch, looking for the soft spots in the zone. The play action pass.
Almost picked off right there. Talk about a short touchdown. Anthony Wells, up to he had his hands up, but if he had been able to handle that, he was gone. Well, even at 6'3", 276, he would have been gone because there was no one in front of him.
6'3", 276, and I would say that's a pretty good vertical.
Yeah.
We're talking powerful.
Once again, what a hit. There's going to be a flag here. Jimmy Ward put the hit on, see who the receiver was. Was it Alex Newts? Yeah, it's Alex Newts. They threw a flag, but well, what do you think about this one, Bob? It was hellacious hit. Is he playing the ball? Well, yeah, he had the ball. He separated him from the ball.
This is a tough call right now. This would be a tough call for him. I mean, Jimmy Ward brought it.
He really did. I mean, we saw something similar against Ball State where Demetrius Stone just stoned a guy in the end zone. Let's take a look again. He's got possession right here. Boom. No, they're calling unnecessary roughness. Tom McCabe made the call. 15-yard penalty. And no question, it was, they say maybe it was a, they didn't say it was a hit on the helmet. A helmet hit.
That right there is a tough call. I understand what they're trying to do, protect the wide receivers in a vulnerable position.
Right, right. Newts is, you see, getting to his feet. He is no question seeing a few different faces of the same person he's looking at.
Well, it's nice to see that he's up and talking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could call it as a helmet-to-helmet hit.
I don't think it was helmet to helmet. Here's
Dave George talking to him. Newts is up and gets a hand from the crowd.
I mean, the penalty. This is the penalty, obviously.
Yeah.
The thing I didn't like with Jimmy Ward after the play was over, coming back and right there, stepping over him, and
so Ward is going to have a chat with his coach, isn't he? You see Alex Newts.
You know, Demetrius Stone, number 19, is being taken to the locker room early here also.
Well, so there's a new secondary now. You got Stone in the lineup now. Ward was going off. So here is Zordich, and he misses Devin Campbell out on the right flat with 19 seconds to go, and more flags. And it looks like this time Donovan Gordon got into it with one of the Buffalo players, and you can see Sean Frogard just taking him and just sending him off right there.
He's going to be greeted by his head football coach, Coach Dorn,
yeah,
right there.
we might, you know, depending.
A little bit of a lecture.
Let's see if we can see what happened there with 19 seconds to go. All right, the pass is incomplete, and right there, Gordon gets up and he just,
the second guy.
Second guy.
The second guy theory.
On the play. The personal foul on the offense, number 56.
Yeah, it's
personal foul on the defense, 94. Those penalties offset.
The first one, and
we also have a sportsmanlike conduct
he got flagged
on the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be administered after the down.
I mean, is this going to be offsetting, Michael? Against Graham Winery.
Winery, yeah.
Or Jason Carlson. I apologize. Jason
I think it was Winery.
I thought it was Winery first. Too.
Yeah, yeah. So now they're going to mark it off against Buffalo. Okay, maybe we can get this explained because they marched off 15 against Buffalo. Okay, 2 offsetting penalties and the third one. And here is Zordich going down. Sean Frogard take out his aggressions right there and do it the right way. As Frogard takes Zordich down, 10 seconds to go, and get a clock stoppage right here, a timeout. And that's the way to play it. Sean Frogard, one of the senior leaders here at Northern, showed a little senior leadership right there. All right, 10 seconds left to go. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be right back. It's all Northern right here in DeKalb.
Start saving automatically with AutoSave. It's one of our helpful steps. Take the first step today at BMO Harris Bank.
225, 45, R17. That's right? Set, hunt.
At Yokohama, pioneering technology to produce the best performing tires in the world. It's all part of our game plan.
Buy a set of Yokohama tires now through October 31st at any participating discount tire store and get a Chicago Bears Charles Tillman jersey for free. Visit yokohamatire.com for details.
All right, 10 seconds to go. Third down. 28 to go for Buffalo. 2 offsetting penalties and a third one against the Bulls backed him up. So here we go. Last play of the first half, and Zordich is going to take off. And he will get over midfield before he's taken down, and that will be the half. Check it. 1 second to go, and Buffalo calls its last a timeout. So 1 second to go. Zordich will have one more shot after that long run by Alex Zordich for a team.
This will be a long throw into the end zone and the fundamental Hail Mary pass. It's one of the things I liked about the officials there. When all that chippiness started, one official went over the offensive line for Buffalo. The other official went over the defensive line from Northern. Talk to the guys, calm them down, get them ready. You know, and some of the older guys, as you mentioned before, Sean Proger, grabbing a couple guys and saying, hey, look, this is unacceptable. It's going to do nothing but hurt the football team. And you know what it is? In a word, it's selfish. You've got to control yourself. And you can see Coach Dorn, you know, talking and really, really emphasizing disciplined football. Hey, this is not the way we play football around here. And I'm certain they haven't heard the end of that.
Well, they put 2 more seconds back on the clock, so it's 3 seconds. Not that that's going to matter. So here we go. Last play of the first half. From the 43, Zordich tries to fire it. Knocked away by Sean Progar. I guess his arm was moving forward. Didn't really matter. Ball went out of bounds. So the first half ends And it has been all homecoming for the Huskies. Let's watch it here. Well, I guess his arm was going forward, Bob, but the ball went sideways. Progar had him dead to rights right there. All right, let's go back down. You see, there's a lot of Husky hilarity and a lot of Husky hysteria, we should say, as the teams go to their respective locker rooms. And this has been, except for the slight problem at the end of the first half, the chippiness, as you described it, Bob, a really good first half of football, especially if you're a Northern fan. Really well executed. They played it well, and they have a lead of 28-3. Right now, let's check in with Nicole.
Coach, offense put 28 on the board in the first half. Jordan Lynch in for 2 of the scores. What did you like out there? The trick play really seemed to spark things.
Yeah, well, we said we're going to have an aggressive game plan today, and we did. We executed. We tackled well on defense. You know, it's unfortunate we had a guy ejected, but we played hard. We played physical. Now we got to do it again for 30 more minutes. They're a tough team.
Defense really kept the run game at bay. You forced Zordich to throw, but penalties led to putting them in the red zone twice.
Yeah, we can't hurt ourselves. You know, that's one of the things we talk about is don't beat NIU ourselves, and we did that a little bit today, so we got to get that corrected.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Nicole, and thank you, Coach. Halftime with Northern Illinois leading Buffalo 28-3. We'll be back. Halftime entertainment, halftime information, all good things here for you right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands, gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations, the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear, selection, and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
It only happens once a year. The Brunswick Fall Factory event at the Great Escape. For 10 days only, save $500 to $2,500 on all Brunswick billiard tables, from contemporary to traditional. Right now, buy a qualifying Brunswick table and we'll include our event package with a player's kit, designer cloth, table tennis conversion top, and in-home delivery and setup. Absolutely free. Tables event priced from just $19.99. Only at the Great Escape.
Yeah, I referred my buddy Don to DirecTV, and now I get $10 off my bill every month. The guy was camped out at my house all the time watching sports because he couldn't get the games. So when he moved back east, I made sure he got hooked up with DirecTV. Believe me, nothing looks better in your brand new house than all your favorite games.
Refer a friend to DirecTV, and you'll both get $10 off your bill every month. Just give them your account number before they call 1-855-REFER-NOW.
You know Otis and Josh?
Tell me, Dad.
Yes. We've been voted the #1 store for 18 years in a row.
You got that right.
And you know what? I think that's why all the people bring their gold to us, because they can trust us, and their diamonds and their special things.
You know what's amazing? It can be broken, cracked. We back all the gold, don't we, Josh?
That's right. You know what? Now with our new location, Center Court South, well, we're paying more than everybody else.
Yes.
Come see us to sell your gold.
See it out.
See it out.
Yes.
Gail Fisher inside our Comcast Sportsnet studios. We'll get you back out to DeKalb for the second half between NIU and Buffalo in just a bit. But first, let's check out some college football action from earlier today. We start with the Northwestern Wildcats visiting Minnesota on a soggy day. On the opening kickoff to the Gophers, Lamont Edwards coughs up the ball. Wildcats recover it with great field position. And then from 26 yards out, the Wildcats turn to the running game. Benrick Marks puts on the Jets. He scores the first touchdown of the game. Cats up 7. After a Minnesota field goal, Wildcats' next possession from their 40-yard line. Benrick Mark goes up the sideline, 47 yards. He goes down at the 13-yard line, putting the Cats within striking distance. Same drive, Northwestern lets the QB do the work. Kane Coulter on the keeper. His second touchdown this season. Cats take a 14-3 lead. Second quarter. Northwestern up 4. Benrick Mark is back. This time a 48-yard burst through the middle. His second of the game. Mark finishes with 182 yards. Fourth quarter, Gophers down just 8 now. Going for it on fourth down, but the Max Shorto pass sails over the end zone. Northwestern's defense hangs on late. The Cats win their 6th game of the season. Final score 21-13. Brett Bielema and the Badgers in West Lafayette taking on Purdue. Early third quarter, all Badgers all the time. Monty Ball takes the handoff. Watch him cut outside, back inside, making defenders miss all around him. And he gone 67 yards. He finishes with 247 yards rushing. Badgers go up 24-7. Fourth quarter, Ball makes history as he finds the end zone again. His 72nd career touchdown. That's a Big Ten record. Badgers win it big, 38-14. To East Lansing, Iowa visiting Michigan State. Under a minute to go in regulation. Hawkeyes down 7. Fullback Mark Weissman bowls his way into the end zone. That ties the game and sends it to overtime. After trading a pair of field goals in the first OT, kicker Mike Meyer nails another field goal, a 42-yarder to give Iowa a 3-point edge. So the Spartans can win it with a touchdown, but Andrew Maxwell's pass is deflected and intercepted by Greg Castillo. That ices it for Iowa. The Hawkeyes win in double overtime. Final score 19-16. Other games going on right now. The Illini facing Michigan in the Big House. And right now the Wolverines are up 17-0 at halftime. Denard Robinson has 60 yards rushing so far with a touchdown. And a big game in South Bend. Notre Dame and Stanford. The Cardinal up 7-3 right now late in the second quarter. Stanford scores on a fumble recovery in the end zone. And that's going to do it from here. Stick around. The second half from DeKalb is coming up next. And don't forget to join us back here at 6:30 for a full recap of today's sports on Sportsnet Central. Enjoy the rest of the game, everyone.
I'm Jim Dore, the only guy in town ever to bowl a 300. I know a little bit about perfection. That's why I love Casey's Pizza with their made-from-scratch crust, fresh meats and veggies, and 100% real mozzarella. It's as perfect as my backswing, which is perfect. I bowled a 300.
Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Cold drinks. Great food. O'Leary's has it. A place full of people you know and people you're about to meet. Friends and future friends. So pull up a chair. Grab a drink and dig in. You're at O'Leary's in downtown DeKalb. Welcome home.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky Country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
Husky fans, Fatty's Pub and Grill in DeKalb is your official pre- and post-game NIU football headquarters. Whether you're catching a game on our big screens or having some of our famous grilled food out in our beer garden, Fatty's is the place to be. Reserve your date for your holiday party at Fatty's. And if you're looking for catering for your next event, Fatty's also offers full-service on- and off-site catering. For more information, go to fattyspub.com or call 815-758-7737.
Quiet on the set. Take 73. What? It's a... Say Saving big is no laughing matter. At the Bob Roman Auto Group, over 7,000 new and used cars online at BobRorman.com.
There's only one Bob Roman.
NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Tool Time Rentals, proudly serving the DeKalb County area for more than 17 years. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, find value at Farm and Fleet. Fatty's Pub and Grill, official pre- and post-game headquarters of NIU Athletics. Elburn Cooperative Company, and by Kishwaukee Community Hospital. Welcome back to DeKalb, an overview of the campus right there, and Northern having its way on homecoming against Buffalo 28-3. And welcome back to all of you. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on Comcast Sportsnet. With me, Dr. John Peters, president of Northern Illinois.
Great to be here.
You made yourself a little headline or two this week by announcing your retirement.
That's right.
What's up? Well,
13 years. It's been a great run. Presidencies are not a lifetime appointment, and I just felt it was the right time, and I'm feeling pretty good about things.
Well, you're going out on a high note. So much has been accomplished since you've been around. Let's talk about some of the things that are coming up.
You know, it's just been so great in terms of athletics. We, of course, built our Jordan Center, and we have broken ground on our Chesick indoor practice facility. It's arguably going to be the best in the Midwest. And this fall, we opened our brand new residence hall for 1,000 students. It's just a great addition to the campus. So there's a lot of changes on the campus, and the spirit's great. The freshman class is great.
You've got to feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment. After all you've been through with Northern, the triumphs, the tragedies, and there have been severe tragedies, and you've managed to keep everything on an even keel for a long time.
Well, it feels almost sometimes like a lifetime, and we've had great triumphs and we've dealt with some tragedies. But one of the wonderful things about Northern Illinois people is the strength of their character and our community here in DeKalb. A caring community and gritty. We move forward.
Well, we wish you well in your retirement. I understand you're going to head down to Knoxville to be with the family and the grandkids.
Yes, we have a home down in Knoxville. I'll be staying in the area for a while and splitting my time between the Chicago area and Knoxville. And my son and grandkids are down there, and I may even take in a game or two down there.
You got to do that. Dr. Peters, thank you so much. Congratulations. It's a pleasure having you up here in the booth.
It's an honor to be here.
And we'll be back with more halftime activities. Stay tuned right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
I'm in the Honors Program here at NIU. The Honors House is a place where honors students can live together. I lived in the Honors House as a freshman, so I got to meet people right off the bat. I was with students who were in the same kinds of classes as me. So living in the Honors House just meant I had that group to start off with. Living with other honors students made all the difference in my experience, so why go anywhere else?
Northern Illinois University. Learning today.
Leading tomorrow.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky Country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
So I feel like everybody here is here for the students. This was just so welcoming and so comforting that I felt like this was where I was supposed to be.
Rather than trying to be an instructor, I try to be a guide to help them improve their understanding of what they're learning.
You can find everyone here at NIU, and it's a great model of what the real world is.
The student, the learner, is the center of our universe.
Why shop TJ Maxx and Marshalls? 1, you get all the awesome brand names. 2, you get them for less than department stores, and that's awesome. 3, she'll think you look stylish and awesome. 4, you'll actually be awesome, which is awesome. TJ Maxx and Marshalls, 2 awesome ways to score.
Do your part. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank today.
Second half getting underway in just a few minutes here in Northern Illinois at Husky Stadium, where the Huskies are putting it to Buffalo right now, 28-3. Bob, let's go to the highlights. In Northern Illinois, first time with the ball all the way down the field.
Well, in the open, we talked about the multi-ability of Jordan Lynch, the multi-abilities of Jordan Lynch. I mean, we've seen him throw the football. We've seen him run with the football. He has great mechanics, great fake. Here he is on an option play with the end around, coming back in the other direction. Brown, and credit the great play calling by Rod Carey. I mean, I don't think there's any question. Here we go with a fake, a great call. And this is Luke Eakes, all 6'3", 250 pounds of him. And here's Jordan Lynch again, just basically holding the football till the very last second before he hands it off. Here we go with a great job by the offensive line, a fundamental quarterback draw. I can't say enough about his offensive line. And here he comes, fullback-esque running by a quarterback.
And they do it on 4th down as well. All right, more coming up from DeKalb. We'll be back.
Hey, Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at naubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands, gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations, the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
It's our pride in the red, white, and blue. It's our commitment that always comes shining through. It's everything that you need. The hardest working people in America find value at Farm and Fleet.
I'm Jim Dore, the only guy in town ever to bowl a 300. I know a little bit about perfection. That's why I love Casey's Pizza with their made-from-scratch crust, fresh meats and veggies, and 100% real mozzarella. It's as perfect as my backswing, which is perfect. I bowled a 300.
Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Get NBA League Pass right now from DirecTV and don't miss a minute of live NBA action. For the limited time offer, NBA League Pass delivers games on TV, online, and mobile. That's right, buy NBA League Pass and you get the games on all platforms. Watch live action wherever you are and see the big names who made big moves in the offseason. Get NBA League Pass now for only 6 payments of $29.99 each. To order, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or visit directv.com/NBA.
Well, that's living. You got to believe it, as the Northern Illinois Husky, whose name is
Diesel.
Okay, Diesel is, oh boy, that's probably just water, right? Sure, it's homecoming. Okay, as we get ready for the second half kickoff, let's get down to the field. And once again, Nicole Darren, today's sideline report brought to you by Frontier Communications. Hi, Nicole, you're remarkably dry.
Yeah, remarkably. Well, hey, guys, I just talked to Buffalo head coach Jeff Quinn, who tells me his team's really just having trouble responding. He wants to see them come out and respond more. He admitted that Jordan Lynch is really a thorn in their side. He says Lynch is probably a better runner than AR tacklers right now.
Okay, thanks, Nicole. Hang in there. Frontier Communications is the official telecommunications company of NIU Athletics. Jordan Lynch, who has had himself quite a day so far. A couple of touchdowns and, of course, engineering 4 touchdown drives. And that offensive line has done yeoman work, and so has the defense. And, you know, you would like to see Buffalo get something going here if nothing else to build up confidence for the rest of their schedule. But if you're a Husky fan, of course, you don't want to see him get too much confidence.
You know, the interesting thing, how much can you say about Jordan Lynch? I mean, he's an incredible football player. I'd say one of the better football players. And again, and I'm not embellishing this, he's had to be one of the most exciting football players in all of college football.
Well, it's interesting, you know, he had 2 years to sit and watch Chandler Harnish, who became the prototype of the option quarterback here. And he stepped right in, and, you know, it's still early in the season, and you say he really hasn't missed a beat.
Well, again, a lot of that is coaching.
Sure.
And it was interesting talking to Rod Carey, the offensive coordinator, about the differences in the personality between Chandler and Jordan.
Houston will take this one and step out of bounds. Oh, my. Stepped out of bounds at the 3. Okoye Houston had a chance to run back at kickoff into the wind, but watch as he puts his foot on the sideline. Oh, not what you want to do to start the second half. Like
Michael, this is somewhat more of a basketball term, but you have to know where you're at on the field.
Yeah.
Just to be saying basketball, know where you're at on the court.
Of course, Northern was kicking with the wind most of that first half and putting the ball in the end zone. Houston was probably pretty frustrated. He couldn't run anything back, and there he could, and not a good result. Okay, so Alex Zordich, the quarterback. Behind him, Gordon, the tight end H-back, and the give right here to Devin Campbell. And Campbell looking for room. And Campbell with a good second effort before he is brought down by Demetrius Stone, gets across the 5-yard line. First half stats, well, kind of what you'd figure.
Well, my eye to go immediately, being an old school basically football coach, 191 yards rushing as opposed to 43 yards rushing. Run the football, stop the run.
On second down, once again, Zordich tries to fake it, but he gives to Campbell, and Campbell gets close to first down yardage. Campbell, as we mentioned, is a pure freshman. He was down on the depth charts to start the season. He was about number 4 or 5, but injuries and his own play have brought him to the front. And he has done a very good job. We mentioned last week, 160 yards on the ground for the freshman. They've contained him pretty well among the Huskies today, but you can see he's going to be a durable back and presumably have 3.5 good years. Here he is again and again. Short yardage on 3rd and 1. And that's just enough for the first down. Jamal Bass meeting him, the linebacker for Northern.
Michael, I mentioned in the first half, they really have to establish the run. I understand, there has to be a sense of urgency, but at the same time, there has to be a sense of patience also. Establish the run, then go to the play action. Without establishing the run, there basically is no play action game.
Exactly. You're not going to get 28 points back right away, and there's plenty of time, as Buffalo showed last year against Northern. Zordich over the middle, intended for Gordon, in and out of his hands, and he should have held on to that one. Welcome back to NIU Husky football, presented by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Mike Liederman along with Bob Kamel, Nicole Darren on the sidelines. Hope you're enjoying this one on a day that, well, weather-wise could have been a heck of a lot worse. The rain has held off, the wind isn't too bad, and should stay that way at least until tonight. Campbell is the fake, but this will be Zordich again, and Zordich gets to about the 17 before Jason Meehan, defensive end from Webster Groves High School in St. Louis, meets him.
Excellent job by him folding back inside, initially starting his rush upfield and coming back inside. Good recognition. It seems like, Michael, as you watch Buffalo, it's a player here, a missed block here, a missed block there.
And here is Zordich, and he is met by Santa Catarina, the linebacker. Nothing doing. What a play by Michael Santa Catarina from nearby Geneva, and he basically comes in unblocked. Missed block there.
Basically what I was talking about early on, my last comment. A play here, a missed block here, you know, that's been basically the story for Buffalo this entire first half and starting back into the second half.
Anthony Sebastiano at his own 41-yard line to receive Tyler Grassman's punt. And this one, he was hit, called a fair catch. The flag goes down as Sebastiano was hit after calling the fair catch.
This is something as a coach, as a special teams coach, regardless of what position you coach, this is inexcusable. There's no reason for this whatsoever.
You got to give him room to catch the ball. You know, did he signal fair catch? I don't know if he signaled fair catch, but you can't hit him before he catches the ball.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, we'll show you the new rule changes from the NCAA. We talked this year about the kickoffs from the 35-yard line already and the touchbacks ball going to the 25. But right there, the return man gets a designated catching area, Bob. And there was your penalty because he never did call for a fair catch.
Buffalo 43.
So the ball goes into Buffalo territory as Jordan Lynch and company split 3 receivers out left. Lynch to throw it right. He's got a man open, Martell Moore. Moore inside the 5. Right down by the pylon. He got it. There goes the artillery again. Martell Moore taking 2 defenders with him. Another touchdown on Northern's first play from scrimmage. 43 yards to Martell Moore. And talk about run after the catch.
I mean, we're talking here Jordan Lynch. I mean, you know, basically what we've seen is him, you know, winning the football game with his legs. But that is a great throw. That is a great throw. The trajectory was perfect.
And Moore taking 2 Buffalo defenders with him the last 5 yards, making it right over the pylon. So 34-3. Sims to make it 35. He does. And Northern comes out of the second half firing with the football and with the artillery. It's 35-3 Huskies.
I am a helpful smile.
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 I've been a helpful smile for 6 years.
15 years.
25 years.
I've been a helpful smile for 39 years.
I am a helpful smile.
I am Hy-Vee.
This is my business.
I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there.
Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
Forgot the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Doing my workout. Tuesday's arms and back.
As you look over Annie Glidden Road, which takes us to the campus of Northern Illinois, we take a look at the possessions of Northern Illinois. How about that, Bob? That's not a bad offensive day.
I mean, they're amazing. I mean, 13 plays, 10 plays, 7 plays, 4, and then the quick strike. Excuse me, 4 with the quick strike at the end. I mean, that's special. I like, my eyes go to the 0-25, 13 plays. That shows discipline. That shows great play calling. That shows outstanding offensive line play.
Well, 11:48 left in the third quarter. The Huskies have been dominant. They are undefeated in the MAC. They are looking for their 19th straight win against here at home at Husky Stadium.
I like that hat.
Yeah, that's a good look.
That is a good look. It resembles Diesel. I mean,
what do you think of that?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that could actually be Diesel as good as that is.
Okay. Okay, Buffalo will have once again Okoye Houston back, along with Adam Redden, number 29, and Weedle's kick again to Houston's side of the field at the 5, 10, 20. Houston to just short of the 25-yard line. Check it. That was Brandon Murray who ran it back. I guess the coaches had seen enough of Houston's last kickoff return. And Murray, one of the other running backs here for the Bulls, who's been injured. Brandon Oliver, their top back, has been out a couple of weeks, and he's still the leading rusher in the MAC. So you can see what Jeff Quinn is up against here, going through his running backs.
You know, the story's been obviously the storyline's been the offense of the Huskies and Jordan Lynch, but this defense has come to play today. I don't care who you're playing. Holding a team to 3.5 points in Division I football is something special.
Zordich had to tuck it under and gets 10 yards. Run out of bounds by Dominic Ware.
Two things that I think about the Northern defense right now. First of all, inside and in front. Keeping the football inside and in front within the perimeter of the defense gives you a great opportunity for the next phase of your defense, which is great pursuit. And the Huskies have great pursuit. Everybody runs to the football. That's coaching.
Zordich in the flat here, looking once again for Devin Campbell, but overthrows him after the prior gain of 11.
This is where, from an offensive standpoint, you're trying to get something going. You're worried about, you know, the patience factor of getting some type of continuity. And what happens is, and this is no criticism of Jeff Quinn, but because of their situation they're in right now, it starts to become grab bag.
On 2nd down and 10. Zordich again with time over the middle and in and out of the hands of Devin Hughes, but a flag is down and could be pass interference. We will wait and see.
Pass interference, the defense number 24. Spot foul, automatic, first down.
Yeah, Dominic Ware called for the pass interference.
He's getting up there just a little bit early.
Ware played his high school ball in Bolingbrook by the sea, right here in the area. Zordich from his own 45. And there he goes. Nice stand-up block by Hughes. Gets him a couple of yards, and Ware, who's been very active, makes the stop.
And again, as I mentioned before, I mean, you got guys from coming up from the secondary. The linebackers are playing outstanding football. The front has been stout. Credit Jay Neiman, the defensive coordinator. Some great calls here also.
Campbell gets into the secondary, and he will get a first down. Devin Campbell across the 40-yard line. Wells, Anthony Wells, Alan Baxter in on the stop. There's a good look at Baxter. One of the many veterans on defense. 5 sacks to lead the Huskies. Zordich. He's got Alex Newts back from that bell ringer, and Newts is back in.
Good to see him back there, Michael.
Puts the stop. Yeah, Newts took a wicked hit.
You know, remember one thing, you play against your own offense defensively more than you play any other team. It's obvious. You play against them basically almost every day. And with these offenses almost being mirror images of each other, this is really, you know, Northern Illinois, this is almost like, could be Tuesday or Wednesday. They see this stuff every day.
Yeah, both their offenses are very similar. Each team, Sean Prober stopping Campbell, and not until Devin Campbell gets the first down. Campbell from good high school in Youngstown, Boardman High School. Here is Zordich, and Zordich has got his man inside the 25 and breaking free down close to the 10-yard line. Once again, this is Devin Hughes. Nice run after the catch by Devin Hughes, and Buffalo now who's getting close.
There's what we call hidden yardage. What I mean by hidden yardage, you see him make the play right there. Nice catch, gets upfield. All the yardage after the first contact by the defender is considered hidden yardage. And he does a nice job there with yards after catch.
And Campbell is just not cold, well, not cold, but met by a line in one called Nabal Jefferson, number 99. Watch this. Oh, swallowed up by Jefferson.
Jefferson was double teamed. He split the double team, brought his legs along, kept good leverage, shedded both blocks, came up and made a big play.
Another fine Catholic League product from Chicago Marist. Zordich now looking. He's got time. Looking, and it's intercepted by Moore. Marlon Moore in there on the pass intended for Cordero Dixon, but Marlon Moore with the turnover for Northern Illinois. Boy, when it's clicking, it's clicking.
Marlon Moore with a little bit of redemption here from earlier on.
Right.
I mean, he steps right up in front of that football. I mean, he's staring in the eyes of Alex Zordich. You look at the eyes, you stare in the eyes, and then you make your break when the quarterback takes a draw on the football. In other words, he takes his free hand off the football, and now you make your break. Read the eyes, make your break on the draw of the football. Outstanding defensive play by that young corner.
As you mentioned, he's had his problems the last couple of weeks with penalties and plays, but that certainly made up for it. Here comes Jordan Lynch. He gets across the 10, picks up 4.
I mean, these are just basically counter plays. In the old days when the quarterback was up under center, one back went one way, another back went another way. You've got this pistol offense. It's basically the same thing. You know, those linebackers are sitting back there saying, all right, who's got the football? The deception factor.
Tommy Lee Lewis, they've broken him on this play a couple of times this season. Not this time. As Isaac Baugh, who was shaken up in the first half, nice to see him back on the field, riding him out of bounds.
I mean, Tommy Lee Lewis from Riviera Beach, Florida. I don't know a state in the union that can supply as many football players to so many Division I schools as the state of Florida. I mean, everybody goes down here to recruit, and they've got their own 4 or 5 universities there that supply high school football players on an outstanding level. That's a real credit to high school football in Florida.
On third down, about 6. Lynch to throw. And this one is intended for Martell Moore. Broken up. And maybe for the first time, Courtney Lester on the breakup right there, you see, we're actually going to see a Northern punt against the wind. So maybe Buffalo will try put a little pressure on Ryan Neer, as he's got to kick out of his own end zone.
Well, Buffalo went there to man-to-man coverage, and they needed to do that. They got beat twice with zone coverage deep. Courtney Lester made an outstanding play.
Houston, the single safety at the 50-yard line, as Neer gets it high to the 48. And right there, Dixon is swarmed by Mr. Everywhere, Dominic Ware, right now. And so Buffalo will get the ball back. 8 minutes, 1 second to play. Northern with the only score of the third quarter.
So I feel like everybody here is here for the students. This was just so welcoming and so comforting that I felt like this was where I was supposed to be.
Rather than trying to be an instructor, I try to be a guide to help them improve their understanding of what they're learning.
You can find everyone here at NIU, and it's a great model of what the real world is.
The student, the learner, is the center of our universe.
Get NBA League Pass right now from DirecTV and don't miss a minute of live NBA action. For the limited time offer, NBA League Pass delivers games on TV, online, and mobile. That's right, buy NBA League Pass and you get the games on all platforms. Watch live action wherever you are and see the big names who made big moves in the offseason. Get NBA League Pass now for only 6 payments of $29.99 each. To order, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or text NBA to 223322.
Dutch Farms presents Speaking Dutch, Lesson Number 1, Cheese. Kaas.
Cause? Cats? Use?
The Dutch have always been known for their dairy products. And at Dutch Farms, we continue this tradition by making natural, wholesome cheese from farm fresh milk. Try Dutch Farms cheese, butter, and eggs with all your favorite recipes. And soon you'll be saying,
I want Dutch Farms.
Dutch Farms. We speak quality.
The second half of NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet, brought to you today by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Mike Liederman, Bob Kamel, and Nicole Darren bringing you the Northern Illinois Buffalo game. Dave Doran, second-year coach at Northern Illinois, is having his way with his counterpart Jeff Quinn and the Buffalo Bulls. Buffalo now with good field position, their own 46-yard line. Alex Zordich, who has been pretty well contained by the NIU defense. This time he goes his own left side, and he is met by Marlon Moore as well as Joe Windsor, defensive end from Missouri.
When a quarterback comes up on the line of scrimmage, and nobody knows this better probably than Alex Zordich does as a quarterback at the Division I level, it's a matter of making sure that you can put a hat on a hat to either the right side or the left side of your offense onto the defense.
Zordich flushed out of the pocket, but he's got Devin Hughes. Avoids one man. Jamal Bass gets him. And that'll be good for first down yardage. Gain of 9.
Gain of 11 yards. A Buffalo first down.
I think Zordich he has a high upside. His time will come.
This time a little flat pass to Hughes going the other way. Close to first down yardage, about 2 yards short. Marlon Moore knocked him out. Brings up 2nd and 3. Buffalo moving the ball. They've been able to do that on occasion, but they haven't been able to get through the goal line.
I really like this Marlon Moore, young guy from Mobile, Alabama.
Zordich over the middle, up in the air, free ball. And almost picked off by Moore, as well as Tyrone Stephen, who's in there, number 14 in the backfield, and Tyrone Clark. He tipped it up. There's Clark's tip. Look out. Who's going to get it?
Now, football drills. Tip drill for the secondary. First guy runs at the secondary coach. Coach throws his ball. The first guy tips the ball up in the air. The second guy goes and grabs it. The old tip drill.
On 3rd and 2, pass is complete to the tight end, Jimmy Gordon. Gordon from Patchogue, Long Island.
I'm glad you pronounced that town.
That's near where I grew up. You got to know your Patchogues and your Cheektowagas, which is the other end of the state. Jimmy Gordon, 6'5", and a junior. And here he goes with another little flat pass. Gordon to Devin Campbell, and Campbell gets past the first down stick. So
now, Buffalo has some good receivers with a little bit of shake. I mean, right here, dip inside, take the football outside, lower your shoulder, get that extra yard.
Clock moving from the 15 at 6 minutes coming up, and here goes Zordich. And Zordich is sacked, doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Tyrone Clark was in there.
Now, if I'm one of those defensive backs, I'm not going to really get too much into it with this Icon guy. I mean, this young man is 6'6", 326 pounds. Staten Island, New York? Is that near the other town you just mentioned?
No, Staten Island is right off Manhattan. Come on, you know that. It's almost right next to Brooklyn.
You are the East Coast expert. I'm drawing from your expertise and your life experiences.
After the sack, Zordich's got to pull it back, and once again, he's thrown for a loss. Sacked down. He's got a both. Nabal Jefferson, number 93, and Alan Baxter come in for the sack. No place to go. Got to run it, and you've got a Husky sandwich right there.
Trivia question for you, Mr. New York. How many Division I football programs are there in the state of New York?
You know, I wouldn't have known except you told me, and one of them was a school I went to, Buffalo and Syracuse.
Thank you.
But you told me that, so I don't take credit for it. Here's Zordich looking for the end zone. Again intercepted. Once again, Marlon Moore. And Moore's going to run it out across the 10-yard line. Second interception in as many series. Marlon Moore is having himself a half. Flag comes down as well.
If you'd had a late hit out of bounds on Moore.
There you see it.
Here's what Marlon Moore does here. He plays the football. He plays the football rather than playing the wide receiver. And that's a great play right there. Good vertical. And here we're going to get the late hit out of bounds. Frustration on the part of
it'll be 15-yard penalty.
Number 55, Graham Winery.
Well, you can also see Santa Catarina's block on the intended receiver, Rudy Jefferson, to help get Moore out of the end zone. Boy, everybody's thinking.
That's coaching, Michael. The first person that you need to block is the intended receiver. That is an outstanding coaching point that you just mentioned.
And they have done that at Northern. They really have. All right, 4:44 to go, third quarter. Northern with the big lead and possession. That's Ekus in motion. Lynch got his man. Martell Moore, no relation. Across the 40 to the 45.
Now this Martell Moore, talking about an outstanding athlete. San Antonio, Texas, Earl Warren High School, 110 high hurdle champion, long jump champion, and the cousin of Mr. Randy Moss.
No kidding.
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Well, I talked to Randy before the night.
Okay.
All right.
Lynch looking for Moore again, and this one falls incomplete as they flushed him from the pocket. Do you ever flush Jordan Lynch from the pocket, or does he just go?
Well, he's going to.
I mean,
he gets out in the flat. I mean, he's dangerous wherever he's at.
Yeah, Dave Doran will tell you every play has got a pass-run option, and it's working to perfection here. 2nd and 10 from the 43.
2nd down and 10.
Once again, the two tight ends reset from the pistol. And here's Leighton Settle. We haven't called his name much. Really haven't had to. As Settle gets a couple of yards.
Big defensive lineman, Buffalo, Michael, still battling up front. Stephen Means, Cahill, Mack, Colby Way.
3rd and 9 for the Huskies.
On 3rd and 9. Again, that's the sideline scan as the players, all positions, look to the sideline, get the signals. And as you say, Bob, it really takes about as much time as a huddle. But it keeps the defense frozen on the field. Straight back this time, Lynch. And he's got Moore. And Moore's got a first down and more.
The only way I can describe that throw on the part of Lynch is it's almost effortless. He's got a quick release. Good vision.
Pickup.
He leads the wide receiver, led Martell Moore right into that soft spot in the zone.
Again, they put the two tight ends now to the left. Deron Brown split. And here goes Settle again. Short game to 33.
These schemes with this offensive line, blocking down, gap protection, pulling and trapping, zone protection, they've got it all.
Leighton Settle, whose father played in the NFL. John Settle, you may remember him with the Washington Redskins and with Atlanta. And we get a call against Illinois, Northern Illinois. So it'll be 2nd and about 12. John Settle now is, I believe, the running backs coach in Carolina, right?
Carolina Panthers, indeed.
For the Panthers. On 2nd and 12. Lynch wanted to go for the bubble screen. This time he's just going to take the sack. And there's a lot of white shirts on top of him right now.
A prudent decision.
Yeah. Christian Sicoli led the way. Also Stephen Means.
By Christian Sicoli.
There's a good look at Sicoli. And 3rd and 14. McDaniels and Moore split left. Brown to the right. Harris in the slot. Check it. Tommy Lee. And Lynch has his man. What a catch by Moore. Complete inside the 25. Well, he's putting on a show.
He's putting on a show. It's a great catch, but the trajectory of the football here is perfect. Is perfect. He goes up with his left hand, concentrates on the football. You've heard me say this time and again. You catch a football with your eyes, brings it to his intersection. What a great play.
And we get a flag.
Legal substitution on the offense. 12 men in the formation. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Too many Huskies on the field at once, so that'll cost him 5. You know, Lynch threw something similar, very similar, against Army to Tim Semich, one of the tight ends, where Semich was in the right side of the end zone, caught it with one hand, and brought it in for a touchdown. Of course, Semich is 6'8".
And Martell Moore is 6', 183.
There you go. But again, perfect placement, as you say, Bob. Here's Lynch, and still gets away and throws it away. Boy, Lynch was going to be sacked for about a 10-yard loss, but still managed to elude Khalil Mack and throw the ball away.
That's experience. I mean, that's experience. That's a heady play. That's a bright play by that quarterback.
Second and 15. The ball on the 28.
One thing with the no huddle that is a little bit of a drawback, so to speak, but and I'll get to it in a second right after this play.
Straight back. Lynch looking for Tommy Lee Lewis. Oh my. 28 yards. Tommy Lee Lewis. What a pass. What a catch. And there goes the artillery.
He went through a progression, which even to left, right to left, and then put the football in the one spot that it could have been caught over the outside shoulder of the wide receiver.
What a pro-style pass. Houston defending about as well as could be defended. Tommy Lee Lewis, but oh my. 28-yard touchdown pass for Tommy Lee Lewis. That's touchdown number 2 on the season. And Sims makes it 42-3. A minute 4 to go, third quarter. Congrats all around on the Huskies bench.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky Country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
Husky fans, Fatty's Pub and Grill in DeKalb is your official pre- and post-game NIU football headquarters. Whether you're catching a game on our big screens or having some of our famous grilled food out in our beer garden, Fatty's is the place to be. Reserve your date for your holiday party at Fatty's. And if you're looking for catering for your next event, Fatty's also offers full-service on- and off-site catering. For more information, go to fattyspub.com or call 815-758-7737.
Well, Jordan Lynch has got the baseball cap on, and you can take a look at the line he has put up today. And here is some of the way he did it. You know, it's not that we're just pumping him. He's done all this.
Some of the way he did it. Every way the way he did it. Throwing the football, rolling out. Just taking it on a fundamental quarterback sweep. Here, looks to the inside. It's not there. Takes it off tackle. Great job again by Aiden Conlon, as I mentioned before. Great trajectory on the football right here. Getting his team in the right play. Paul, you talked about a run-pass option that Coach Doran mentioned earlier. I mean, this guy has to be unbelievable day in and day out in the classroom. Just looking at film, checking out film. He is totally on the same page with Rod Carey, the offensive coordinator.
Here's Dave Doran. He graduated from Drake, an alumnus there, and he certainly put in a lot of time as an assistant. His first head coaching position came at Northern last year. He started big. He had a good program, as you mentioned, 11-3. Wow, did his time at Wisconsin. And here he is with an outstanding MAC team. Now, once again, Brandon Muir is going to bring the ball back. Santa Catarina, you see there. Michael made the tackle after the 17-yard kickoff return. Final minute now of quarter number 3, and a dejected bunch of Buffalo Bulls. But you know, if I'm Jeff Quinn, I want to see something in the fourth quarter from these guys to make that long trip maybe a little shorter. Of course, this is not the team we've seen the past few weeks, and give credit to the Huskies for that as well. Joe Licata, the new quarterback, and Licata is welcome to DeKalb. Licata, a freshman who is much more of a passer than Zordich, but Joe Windsor really didn't seem to show him any respect for starters.
Well, I really have to. I think this is a great decision to put in the backup here. I think Coach Quinn, I think, you know, you've got to get this guy some reps. The other thing is, you know, you've got to take care of this Alex Zordich because he's going to have a high upside.
And his first pass, his first completion to Rudy Johnson for a short gain. And we got some backups in there. It's Marky Hayes is in at corner for Northern. Makes the play after a 6-yard gain.
No, you mentioned Coach Dorn and his pedigree and the places he's been in that. But let's take this a step farther. Associate Vice President, Director of Athletics, Jeff Comfer. What a great hire he made when he hired Dave Dorn. Trust me, there were a lot of coaches across the country that wanted this job.
Well, that is the end of the third quarter, and Dave Doran and company added some more points on the board. 42-3, Northern over Buffalo. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in DeKalb.
I'm Jim Dorr, the only guy in town ever to bowl a 300. I know a little bit about perfection. That's why I love Casey's Pizza with their made-from-scratch crust, fresh meats and veggies, and 100% real mozzarella. It's as perfect as my backswing, which is perfect. I bowled a 300.
Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Xfinity/UFC.
42-3. No, we're not kidding. There it is. Northern Illinois putting a big hit on Buffalo as they start the fourth quarter. Here is our NIU University Bookstore fan cam. Oh, my. There they are. It's homecoming and the Thundersticks and the red and the black and the victory. And wait a minute. It's reunion day. That's the fan cam. For all of your Husky gear, visit the NIU Bookstore online at www.niubookstore.niu.edu. I think there are a few dots extra, but you get the idea. Just go up there and Google it. You'll find it. And it's got everything you want. Boy, the fans here are happy. We had miserable rain and wind this morning. That has ended, although it didn't make Buffalo's trip any better right now, the way the score is going. But the lights are on, and the biggest haze is from the artillery that's going off after every Northern score. All right, Joe Licata, the second string quarterback in for Buffalo as we start the fourth quarter. He came in at the end of the third, and this pass intended for Cordero Dixon is broken up by Marlon Moore. In the booth, we'd like to welcome NIU's Athletic Director, Jeff Comfer. Jeff, I can't think of a better way to have you up here. I mean, you could sit and gloat. We're all there for you.
Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. It's great to be up here when it appears that victory might be in hand here today. So it's good to be here on homecoming, and great to have you guys with us today.
Well, Northern's going to take this punt. And they're waving it off as it's a short tick by Tyler Grassman. Jeff, when you look around and you see what you've accomplished, both in terms of players and programs, but also in terms of brick and mortar. You know, some of us haven't been here in a few years, and really it has been quite a change for the better.
It really has, and I'm sure you've noticed the Jeffrey and Kimberly Jordan Center in the end zone, and what we're getting ready to do with the Ken and Ellen Cheswick Practice Center going up right behind that, and the new 1,000-bed residence hall off to the north here as well. And it's this campus is changing, and it's all changing for the better, and we're very proud of the direction we're going.
Matt McIntosh is in a quarterback. Jordan Lynch gets a well-deserved rest, and he hands it off to the freshman Keith Harris Jr., and he gets short yardage. Jeff, here's an animated look at I guess what's going to be the Cheswick Center, huh?
That's right. Yeah, that's it's a full 120-yard practice center. It'll have batting cages in it and be lined off for football, have a practice track around it. It's going to be quite nice.
Lots of subs in for the Huskies here in the fourth quarter as the pass is off the hands of Brescison.
Jeff, you know, as a Division I athletic director at a great institution such as Northern Illinois, in the demographic of Chicago, a big part of your work has to be fundraising. What portion of that would you say as an athletic director comes into play?
Well, you know, that's a good question, Bob. I think a lot of our work is really relationship building, and hopefully that leads to people that want to help us in our fundraising efforts and invest in our programs. And I would say a good, 25 to 40% of my time is spent building those relationships, and it's really helped us this past year in raising over $9.5 million to help build the Kenneth and Ellen Cheswick Practice Center.
Angelo Sebastiano, just a short gain that brings up a 4th and 9, and so we'll see a Ryan near punt. Sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
So, yeah, I mean, the fundraising part of it is something that I think we all enjoy as athletics directors, because it means that you get a chance to meet with people who care about your program and want to invest in it and help make sure that you continue to improve in all aspects. And so I really enjoy that part of it. It's something that I look forward to, and when you have plays like that one, it makes it easy to go out and talk to people about how good your teams are.
Dixon was driven back about 20 yards before he is snowed under, so Buffalo's going to start at their own goal line. Jeff, thank you for spending time with us, and we will see you around the quad, as they say.
Perfect. Thank you, gentlemen. Great to have you here
Jeff Comfort.
today.
We'll be back. Take a break right now.
This is my business.
I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there.
Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
Forgot the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
This broadcast of Northern Illinois football has been presented by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. And Northern Illinois leading big time, 42-3, has done the job offensively and defensively today against the invading Bulls of Buffalo.
You know, in talking to Jeff Compher off camera a little bit earlier today, I asked him what did he see in Coach Dorn to hire him. One of the things he talked about, well, a number of things, one being his knowledge of the Midwest. Secondly, they interviewed 8 different coaches, and he was one of the coaches that had a staff in place of people that he had contacted already that were going to make the trip here with him.
Well, Buffalo back on its own, too, so this is a good test for any quarterback and quite a pressure position for a freshman, second-string quarterback, redshirt freshman to be sure. He's from suburb of Buffalo, Williamsville, New York. Hurt his throwing arm when he came in at the end of the game last week against Ohio. Seems to be okay, and misses this one. Intended for Newts. Newts took a big hit early in the first half, if you were with us, and it's nice to see he is back and running his patterns. A lot of subs for
the thing with
Buffalo, yeah.
Buffalo, Michael, never got into any type of a rhythm. And credit to Northern Illinois defense with that.
And this is the short handoff inside, and the Huskies are going for the ball. Devin Campbell gets, well, not even a yard. And, you know, the few times they had some momentum, those picks really ended that. You know, Alan Moore with those 2 picks, boy, that's as big a day as a freshman can want. 3rd and 10 from the shadow of their own goal line. Here come the Huskies. Look out and hold it. Flags fly.
Offense from the 55.
And it looks like a false start. And half the distance of the goal is about a fingernail back. Time now for the law office of Amato and Sheen defensive play of the game. Well, we can pick a few, but how about this one?
Look, this young guy, 2 interceptions, Marlon Moore. And, you know, the young guy comes a long way, all the way from Mobile, Alabama, to come and play football here in DeKalb, Illinois. And what a recruit, what a take he was. I mean, great anticipation, great athleticism. 5'9", 180 pounds. He's going to get bigger. He'll get faster. He'll get stronger. I mean, he could be a true lockdown cover corner in the near future.
For a great defense, think Amato and Sheen, attorneys at law. All right, timeout on the field. 12:31 left in the 4th quarter. We'll be back.
Cold drinks. Great food. O'Leary's has it. A place full of people you know and people you're about to meet. Friends and future friends. So pull up a chair. Grab a drink and dig in. You're at O'Leary's in downtown DeKalb. Welcome home.
People have been using wind power for sailboats since the beginning of time. Wind can be converted to electricity with windmills, and it's clean and renewable. There are people and companies working to make wind power available to everyone. All we have to do is get behind them. Can one solution to energy woes be blowing in the wind? The possibilities are endless.
You know, Otis and Josh?
Tell me, Dad.
Yes. We've been voted the #1 store for 18 years in a row.
You got that right.
And you know what? I think that's why all the people bring their gold to us because they can trust us and their diamonds and their specialties.
You know what's amazing? It can be broken, cracked. We back all the gold, don't we, Josh?
That's right. You know what? Now with our new location, Center Court South, well, we're paying more than everybody else.
Yes.
Come see us to sell your gold.
See it out.
See it out.
Yes.
Time now for the Modern Woodmen of America play of the game. Well, if you want to say one play jump-started a 42-point outburst, I guess it would be this one. The fake punt on 4th down to Luke Ekus. And Luke rumbles for a 1st down, led to a touchdown. Modern Woodmen of America touching lives, securing futures, and here comes Buffalo from the end zone, and lots of pressure on 3rd down, intended for Newts.
First of all, a very timely call on that fake punt. Second of all, Luke Eeks, great speed going down that sideline, big fella.
Yeah, Ekus is quite a, he's caught a couple of key passes this season.
I really like this kid. I think he's just a young guy. He's a sophomore. He's going to be around for a while. There's some talent on this football team that's going to be here over the next couple of years.
And Grassman to punt from deep in his own end zone, and obviously it's a short punt, and it takes a Northern roll as if Northern needs the help. Barely out past the 30.
Punt is down at the 31-yard line.
So Northern with great field position after a 30-yard punt into the wind. And the Huskies with 12:18 to go. We'll probably see some more new faces here for Dave Doeren. Look at the total yards right there. Northern 431 yards of offense.
Getting back to Ekus, Luke Ekus, as I mentioned before, a tight end. Any great spread offense has the dynamic built into that offense with the use of the tight end. He's going to, I can only imagine what his career, the future of his career is going to be.
Here's the pitch to Harris. And Harris tackled for a loss. Keith Harris Jr. is met by Dalton Barksdale, 297-pounder from Detroit for Buffalo. Tackle for loss on the play of 4. The clock continues to run under 12 minutes now. And the quarterback, Matt McIntosh, again took over from Jordan Lynch. McIntosh, a little flip out here. And it's complete to Brescison. And Brescison close to a first down at the 21-yard line.
Talking about recruiting, the demographic of recruiting to the Mid-American Conference as it affects Buffalo. Buffalo is an outstanding academic institution. Michael, I mentioned to you that it's a member of a consortium of only 59 schools in the United States of America that link academics, research, the medical school, and things like that. There's a lot to sell at the University of Buffalo.
Well, not much to sell anybody on that play.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 93.
And one to Jacob Brimley in the flat.
Automatic first down.
And I didn't mean to interrupt Tom McKay, but we got a personal foul on Barksdale.
Well, one of the things, Jeff Quinn, coming back, getting on that plane today, leaving, taking the bus up to Rockford, getting on the plane, flying back to Buffalo. This is where, you take the football coach hat off and you put on the psychologist hat, the psychiatrist hat, so to speak. And, and you have to keep the team together in situations like this, kind of people that aren't happy
so
find each other.
So you don't blow your stack at the guys after a game like this?
No. No, not at all. You're going to come back and regroup. The one thing the errors that you're going to blow your stack over are errors where there was a lack of enthusiasm or a lack of fight.
Keith Harris Jr. from the pistol, and he
the ball carrier.
Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Adam Redden at safety from Amherst, New York, makes the play. So it's a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 from the 13. McIntosh, and he keeps it. And McIntosh is tripped up. Nice play. He's tripped up, McIntosh is, by Marcus Baker.
Again, as I mentioned before, your quarterbacks have to have like abilities. Or if one quarterback comes out of the game, the other quarterback goes in. He doesn't have the similar abilities to the quarterback who started the game, and now you get into an offensive reversal. That's why I like this young McIntosh guy. Great feet, runs the ball well, has got a good arm, out of Evansville, Indiana.
On 3rd and 11, the give once again, and a good gain for Keith Harris Jr. Close to a first down.
This is
Willie
just
Mosley making the stop. Sorry, Bob.
That's all right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am so excited about the techniques of these offensive linemen from Northern Illinois. Being a former offensive line coach, I know what goes in. Where's the hand placement? What's your marking point? What's your first step? How do you play in unison in connection with the guy alongside of you? It's like a shortstop and a second baseman. It takes a while to develop these things.
Well, they have to get to the 2 for a first down here on 4th down. So McIntosh takes the snap. Flush from the pocket, rolls it out, and nobody home.
Actually, Victor E. could have made that catch.
Yeah, well,
but he's used to chasing tennis balls.
He is. It was intended for Sebastiano, but the pass went to the right, and Sebastiano cut to the post. So the ball will go over on downs to Buffalo with 9:13 to go. Victor E. Husky is very much under control.
He needs to get into those wide receiver drills. Victor.
Yeah.
See you Tuesday morning. Bring your helmet. Guys, I have such great memories of this place. I really do. When this assignment came up, I was more than excited to get over here back to DeKalb.
Well, Licata, the handoff, and again, very short yardage. Devin Campbell is doing a lot of yeoman work there, toting the ball. Joe Windsor makes the stop. Loss of 1.
Michael, I mentioned this before we came on the air. There are good football teams and there are good football programs. You can have a good football team and the next year not have a good football team. You have a good football program when you have consecutive years of good football teams, and Northern Illinois right now is an outstanding football program, and any senior in high school that has an opportunity to come and look at this program, these facilities, the education at this institution, they need to take a good hard look at Dave Dorn and what he's got going here with his staff, as well as you mentioned with Jeff Comp for the facilities.
After the pass for first down yardage to Newts, Licata throws inside and it's broken up very nicely by Sean Evans. Evans, the cornerback, coming in, intended for Newts, and substitutions coming in on both sides of the ball, but Northern continues to play with that intensity. If they hold Buffalo under double digits, it'll be the first time they've held an opponent to fewer than 10 points since November 26th of 10. That was against Eastern Michigan, and that was a 71-3 score. Rudy Johnson can't hold on to this one. The ball was out of bounds and brings up third down. 8:14 to go.
Well, in a situation like this, you're a young guy, maybe isn't getting a lot of playing time early on. You come into get the opportunity. I mean, you want to be on your A game. I want to show the coaches, hey, look, I can get this done. I mean, albeit in a backup position, when my time comes, I'm going to be ready.
And Licata is thrown for a loss. Joe Windsor, we've been calling his name a lot. And he gets his sack, and that is his 5th. Second on the team, now moves into a tie. His 5th sack of the season.
One thing about sacking the quarterback, it's as much want to as it is anything else. You got to have a great desire to get to the quarterback.
And here's Tyler Grassman to punt it away. And this one goes off the side of his foot, and it'll go out of bounds. Short of the 40-yard line. All right, 7:36 left. 42-3. Huskies are staying put. They're still ready.
I am a helpful smile.
I'm a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I
am a helpful smile. I've been a helpful smile for 23 years.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am Hy-Vee.
NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet has been brought to you by Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. DeKalb Public Library, celebrating the big read in DeKalb County, bringing reading back. Law Office of Amato and Sheen. NIU University Bookstore. And by Northern Illinois University, learning today, leading tomorrow.
Well, Northern has come back in the fourth quarter 3 times this season. I don't think that will be an issue today. But what you're looking at is a continuation of intensity as we go down through the roster. And if I'm, again, Jeff Quinn, no, you might not yell at you guys, but I know you expected a lot better from them. And I know he's very disappointed because he's got some talent on that roster, and it just didn't click at all. At least not today. Mike Lederman, Bob Camilla, we're with you. Nicole Darren on the sidelines as Northern has the ball. And second team quarterback McIntosh gets a few yards. He is brought down by Bo Bachtel.
Michael, you're bringing up an interesting point as far as the evaluation process goes when they come back and get a chance to look at the tape. The one thing they really will be intensely looking at is the effort of the talent that they have. Because as you mentioned, they do have talent. Where did it go wrong? Was it how much of it was scheme, how much of it was ability, how much of it was intensity, how much of it was toughness?
Sebastiano and Brescison split out to the right. McIntosh and the give. Again, short yardage. Keith Harris has been doing the running back chores now. Obviously, they just want to run the clock out at this point. Dalton Barksdale in on the stop, and you can see that Dave Doran just wants to chew up clock.
Wholesale substitution.
Yeah, wholesale substitution. Make sure nobody gets hurt. You know, not pile it on. And you've got a whole new offensive line in there for the Huskies. No, Jared Volk's still in there. Son of a gun.
Well, I think it's a good idea. You got to keep a guy in there, you know, one of your senior players, you know, from a leadership standpoint.
McIntosh keeps. And McIntosh gets a first down to the 30.
Well, you just mentioned Jared Volk. This particular play where you see McIntosh just taking the football off the right tackle. Big Jared Volk from Hartland, Wisconsin, 6'3", 315 pounds. Pulled and led up field. The most difficult place for a big guy to block is what we refer to blocking in space. In other words, not in the close quarters that he's normally blocking in on the line of scrimmage.
First down from the 31. Boy, a lot of clean white uniforms in there for the Buffalo Bulls. And the misdirection, and McIntosh almost gets away, but he's taken down, tripped up nicely by Derek Brin for Buffalo. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule, the remaining schedule for the NIU Huskies. Only one home game this month. They go to Akron and Western Michigan. UMass, big one with Toledo and Eastern Michigan to finish up. So, you know, you got some pretty good competition in the MAC, and the Huskies as good as any of them, but you know, will they be able to prevail the way they did last year?
My eyes turn toward 2 teams on that remaining schedule, one being Western Michigan and the other one being Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo, boy, what a shootout that was last year. It was 63-60. And here once again is Keith Harris Jr. to the 25. Toledo, and of course then, you know, if you go for the championship, you got a couple of tough teams in the East Division.
Well, some of the scheduling had to be re-looked at, so to speak, because when Temple dropped out of Mid-American Conference, you know, there were teams that were usually traditional opponents at the end of the year, albeit Toledo and Bowling Green, who played their first league game at the very beginning of the year because of scheduling conflicts, because of the change with losing Temple.
How good, you think, is Kent?
You know,
into the end zone and no call. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you know, you're thinking in terms of Ohio. Ball State's a pretty good team, although they certainly were taken care of last week. But you know, if Northern's going to get to the championship, obviously they got to go through the East.
I think they're a better football team than Kent. And I'm not, you know, nothing negative to Kent. I mean, you asked a question and I'm answering it, and you know, I think if you look around this league, Northern Illinois is in a lot of ways the class of the league right now. Toledo's right up there. Western Michigan with Bill Cubitt, I think, is an outstanding football coach. I mean, on any given Saturday, that Western Michigan team is, you know, can be really special.
From 42 yards away, Sims to try the field goal.
Yep. Go ahead, Michael.
Got plenty of lift, got plenty of leg, got plenty of distance, got plenty of points. Another Husky Elburn Co-op food goal kicked by the Huskies. The Elburn Co-op has just donated another $50 to a local food pantry. 45-3. There goes the artillery. There's a lot of smoke. We'll be back and clear this all up.
I'm Jim Dorr, the only guy in town ever to bowl a 300. I know a little bit about perfection. That's why I love Casey's Pizza with their made-from-scratch crust, fresh meats and veggies, and 100% real mozzarella. It's as perfect as my backswing, which is perfect. I bowled a 300.
Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Now, you know, the haze there is not from the rain and it's not from the fog. It's from all the artillery going after the scoring that continues the streaks today that have been in place for a long time. 6 in a row this season after the opening loss to Iowa. A 19-game home winning streak now, assuming the next 3 minutes and 55 seconds doesn't have something incredibly different. And, of course, 11 straight wins in the Mid-American Conference. It's the longest conference winning streak in the nation. So you got a team here that's, you know, the word should get out. This team is fun to watch. It's tremendously talented. Maybe let's put that backwards. It's tremendously talented, but it's also fun to watch. And it just seems to have everything in perspective.
I think for the value that, you know, especially if you're in the greater Chicagoland demographic, I mean, to come out here and see a football game at Division I and against a team that you said is fun to watch and a great atmosphere, this is really turned into a special football venue.
And the kick is taken by Brandon Murray, and Murray barely makes it to the 10-yard line. Trey Moore brings him down.
You know, Michael, I started to talk a little bit about the no huddle as opposed to a huddle. There's so much. People are running a no huddle. People are running a hurry, on and on. The one thing with the huddle is you know, it's a meeting, and it's an opportunity to exchange, you know, maybe a question, maybe talk to you're a freshman offensive lineman. Look to my tackle to the right.
What do you think of this? I mean, is it a trend? Is it something that's going to peter out and they'll go back to the huddle? Because what you're seeing here, as Buffalo's got a 1st and 10 on its own 11, a little swing out by Licata, and it's complete to Devin Campbell at about the 14-yard line, just a gain of 2. You know, I mean, we're going to see a return to this more and more. You know, you've got 100-snap games, and you got teams just running players in and out. 2nd and 8. I'll give you that answer. As they say on sports radio, I'll hang up and listen for your answer.
Well, hang up. Here's my answer.
All right.
Okay, no huddle, okay, is not actually an offense. It's a tempo within your offense. And there are a lot of variances of offenses that run the no huddle. You'll see some I-back teams run a no huddle. What it does, it really nullifies the substitution packages from the defensive side of the football. It also gets you into a rhythm when you're successful with it. But, you know, the success from Buffalo was in their no huddle was very, very limited today, to say the least. And, you know, there are certain nuances. Defenses catch up to offenses. Somebody comes up with some type of new offense. Football's copycat. There's a trickle-down effect from, you know, the bigger programs to the smaller programs to high school. And even, you know, we're seeing a little bit of this in the National Football League. Not a lot of it, but there is some.
Licata was pressured severely. We've got to give him credit by Jason Meehan, and Zach Anderson brings up 4th and 8. And once again, Grassman's going to go back and kick out of his own end zone into the wind. And Sebastiano is at midfield. And once again, the kick is short and kicks back toward NIU. But did it hit an NIU player? Somebody was in the neighborhood. I think that may have been number 32, Nate McNeil.
I think it's Buffalo's ball.
And let's see if we can figure that out. This happened earlier in the season. There you see, well, it looks like it got him right in the ankle. Sure.
Yes, it did.
So Buffalo, that's probably one of their longer plays from scrimmage, inadvertently, as the ball hits off the Northern player. So 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line for the Buffalo Bulls.
Just another situation for Coach Dorn to discuss and bring his football team back down to earth after this game is over, and that's what you're going to be looking for. You know, don't get complacent. We've got so much to work on. When you talk to a football coach, you know, coach speak, so to speak, after this game's over. You talk to Coach Dorn, and it's going to sound like it was a close game.
Licata's pass is incomplete, and Johnny Faustin was on the coverage there as Dixon could not make the catch. 3:04 to go. Quick hit. And this is complete. Gets out to
about the camera work by our crew.
Tackle.
Michael?
I'm with you. I know. Well, Dunmore makes the catch. What?
Our camera crew. I mean, the MAC officials up in the booth, I mean, they've had an opportunity. Anything that they've had to review has shown them an outstanding picture.
Agreed. John Dunmore, one of the few people listed as a fullback these days, and he makes that catch, so that's good for first down. The clock continues to run. We've got 2:25 and counting. And Licata's in trouble here, and he is sacked by George Rainey, backup defensive end. And hello, how are you? Take a seat. Well, we have a minute. I'd like to thank our spotter, Michael Benson, fine grad student from Northern Illinois. Ben Clark, our stats. And, of course, our crew led by Dave Turner in the truck and Mike Leary and everybody. And almost another interception by Northern right there. Rudy Johnson. Johnson makes his first catch of the day. He's been targeted a few times. Dave Ross, of course, our man there in the truck, too. He's the best.
And I'd like to thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. We're here for fun.
I thought you hung up. You actually hung up and you waited for my answer. I'm glad you're back on the phone.
And this is a completion to Devin Hughes with Hayes on the coverage. Marky Hayes. And we're down to 1:15. So Northern will go to 3-0 in the MAC, 6-1 on the season, and they will be bowl eligible.
Yet again.
Yet again.
Gain of 6.
Final 45 seconds here. And Licata flings this one. Intended for Devin Hughes, incomplete. Once again, it's Marky Hayes on the coverage. Well, it's the 5th straight season that Northern has been bowl eligible. And, of course, last season it went as far as it could go with a win in the GoDaddy.com Bowl.
That is, going to a bowl game for a college football player and a coaching staff is really the icing on the cake. Great experiences that you have visiting other parts of the country, playing against teams that you normally wouldn't play against. The extra practice from the end of the season into the bowl. There's so many benefits. Bringing recruits to campus to watch bowl practice, see the team practice, and show the facility, show the new things that are coming into play.
First down for Buffalo as Devin Hayes makes the catch, and Devin Hughes makes the catch, and Marky Hayes knocks him out of bounds. And Cordero Dixon can't catch up to that one, so we've got 27 ticks left on the clock. Buffalo's, I guess, slogan this year, UB, for unfinished business. Well, they got a lot more business to finish, and they have talent. They've got terrific linebackers and led by Khalil Mack. They've got some good talent at running back. If they get Brandon Oliver back, he's already averaging 140-some yards a game. They certainly miss him. They've had a couple of other injuries, a running back in the secondary on the O-line. And I know, you know, Jeff Quinn's a good coach. He's learned a lot. He's paid his dues. And he is looking forward to building what you said, a program. You know, a couple of years ago, they had a MAC championship at Buffalo. But then what happened? Turner Gill leaves, and the program wasn't established.
Now, again, you get the byword, the operative word, program, continuity, good recruiting, sound fundamentals, so much that goes into it.
And a nice slant pattern into Dunmore from Licata. And inside the 10-yard line. And now the Huskies want to see if they can hold them off and at least hold to that single-digit game. Licata now gives it to Devin Campbell. Campbell close to the goal line, and the ball may be loose. And the Huskies have it, and that's the way the game ends. How fitting. Johnny Faustin falls on the fumble as the gun goes off. And at the end of it all, this has been a tour de force for Northern Illinois. Look out, Duck, they're firing shells, but they've fired a lot of them. I'm surprised they've got any ammo left. I mean, they should go to U.S. Cellular Field and see if they can find anything there. But they got, you know, the artillery's going, the smoke is coming. The field is still clear from any rain or snow or sleet or whatever. And this has been an outstanding effort by Northern Illinois. 45-3.
Yet again.
And yes,
yet again.
I'm telling you, shoot low, they're riding Shetlands. That's what we used to say in the cavalry. There you go. Now, you're an old artillery guy. That's a 105, right?
I think it's a 105.
105, not 155?
No, I was not an artillery guy. I was an 81-millimeter mortar guy.
Oh, my God. I was a Seventh-day pragmatist. I used to look at those things from a distance. I was in the Army. I was in the supply room. I didn't want anything to do to get near those things. Oh, boy. Look at that. I mean, seriously, the field was clear before we started. You know, not to belabor any points, but this has been a win. And, of course, I think there may even be more pressure on, not pressure, but, you know, a message from Dave Doran to his team is, you know, don't take this for any more than it is. One win. We got another one next week. Let's go down to Nicole and Coach Dave Doran.
Coach, you had 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Second half, you got to get the passing game involved. How has this offense progressed in the last 7 weeks?
Well, we're very balanced. We knew that we'd need to be able to be with Jordan's run game. You know, we knew they'd try to stop him. And, yeah, we got to take what they give us. We got to be able to throw the football when they pack it in like they did. And our receivers, Martell, had a heck of a game today, and Jordan gave him a chance. Tommy Lee made a play. You know, you'd like to say that when you run the spread, they got to defend the whole field, and we made them do that today.
So you're bowl eligible now with 6 wins, but you got to head on the road. How do you keep this intensity up as you head out for those road games?
You know what? That's all we are, is intense. We love to do stuff the hard way around here. We love to go on road trips together. Road trips in college, I mean, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? We put a couple movies in on the bus and have a good time. So we're looking forward to the next 2 weeks on the road.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Guys.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Nicole. Good job. Well, Bob, any final thoughts? Real quick. That's it, real quick.
Well, final thoughts?
Yeah, real
Dominating effort by the Huskies. How else could we put it? And again, I can't say enough about this quarterback, Jordan Lynch. He is an outstanding football player across the greater scheme of college football.
I hope you enjoyed this one.
Jordan,
that'll do it here from DeKalb. For Bob Camille and Nicole Darren, I'm Mike Liederman saying so long from Husky Stadium, where the final score 45-3, Northern Illinois over Buffalo. Up next, Sportsnet Stories. You've been watching NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet. So long, everybody.
Safe Auto North. You know, I used to think I was good at doing the minimum. But I have to say the fine folks at Safe Auto put me to shame. When they do the minimum, they give you affordable state minimum coverage for your car. when I do the minimum, I don't do that. I wouldn't know where to begin. Perhaps a community college course of some sort.
1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Drive safe, spend less.
Xfinity presents